So picking up from 2 weeks ago, the group found many pieces of a dark shard amulet, linking them into 3/4 of the full item, as well as meeting with Samael, the Shadarkai investigator working for the Gilded Lotus. We ended last session with the group helping a shade named Forden Hamzy, and learning about a particularly pale assassin. Things I have written down here is that you guys wanted to investigate or find that the piece of the amulet in the temple area, that Samael's going to meet you from, because I believe Artron had asked them to meet you, and then you do have a dinner with the captain at about 7, and it's currently 3:30 as I have written down, but I just made that number up. So yeah, what are you guys doing?
So we're still in the bakery,
Yeah.
the bloody bakery. I've
The
just eaten a
bloody
flatbread.
You've just
eaten a flatbread. That gave me, I think it gave me 10 health and fire resistance.
I will double check, but I believe that is right. Yeah,
it's good bread.
Good soup.
I still can't believe you ate from the bloody plates instead of the clean ones.
I ate from the clean ones. Well, I didn't even eat from the plates, to be honest. I just grabbed it from my hand and ate it.
Grabbed it from
you ate it from the bloody
pan.
I ate it from the pan.
The bloody pan.
There was no bloody pan.
5 temp HP resistance to fire damage.
There is
for an hour.
On the it's temp HP also an hour.
Yeah. Short rest. Because that's
short rest.
HP rest.
Yeah, cool. There is a murder point on the way to where the big Dark Shard Amulet ping is, so we could check that final murder point out.
I believe that murder point was Samael. That was the one that they found. That was one that they had pointed out to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them.
So that's the one they've investigated.
Yeah.
And we know this is like a big area, and it encompasses a few buildings that we don't know the exact one it could be in.
Are you clicking the red circle? Because I can't see where you were clicking.
Yeah,
I wasn't clicking anywhere.
Okay. Because
I'm talking about the red circle.
Yeah, because it really confused me. It's like, this is a big area that encompasses. Like, where were you looking? Which circle have you chosen?
Well, I wasn't thinking that previous murder point, but that's
obviously
I've investigated. The big red one. We could check the Golden Oasis in first, because I don't know if the murder would be in the Temple District, even though half the circle is encompassing in that.
How long will it take us to get down there?
It will take you probably a good, I would say an hour at a normal pace. Because you're pretty close
we've got time to check it out then.
Yeah, it'd be like that would be the quickest way. Oh no, sorry, that's not right. There's no bridge there. It'd be maybe slightly longer. I mean, if you were to go around to go in from the top where the Golden Oasis is, it'd probably be I would say an hour either way. It's you can go around to where the Golden Oasis is, or the other way around to go starting from the temples.
On the walk round, is there anything anyone wants to do in the Herald Heights?
There's that enchanted emporium.
There is a shop there. Reten's Enchanted Emporium.
I'm a player, know that name.
Many of the players here know that name.
Yeah, but nobody else called it out. So.
That's true.
Just saying.
Oh my god, insider knowledge.
I am better than everyone else here.
That's metagaming.
Hey, Maeve don't know shit. I know.
That's player gaming.
But
I can't believe you're metagaming.
I don't know if anyone wants to do anything. Just throwing out our options. Someone direct me.
No, I'm good.
Push him in the right direction.
I think we should go to the What was godly godly
Golden
goods or
Oasis.
goldly goods?
Godly goods.
Godly
Oh,
goods.
the gift shop for the religious people.
Well, it's not really a gift shop.
It's not really a gift shop. Everyone's
Well,
just
I
calling it a
haven't
gift
been
shop
in there,
the
so
entire
I don't know.
time.
It's more of a place to get your holy symbol focus
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
gift shop.
accessory
Need to-
shop, in other words.
Yeah. I also need to buy a sacrifice worth 25 gold for divination.
What?
If we want to use
What can you buy, like dead pieces of meat in there?
that. A goat.
Yeah,
Sacrifice.
You don't know what the clerics get up to.
The Celestial
Well, I have to
require
burn
blood
stuff.
sacrifices.
Well, no, we usually burn things.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this on my notes?
But it still needs to be something worth 25 gold.
I was scrolling through my notes trying to find the gobbledygoods like stock. So yeah,
When
which
you say
way?
godly goods, it sounds like you're saying gobbledygook. And
Gobbledygoods.
Is
so-
there a god of money by any chance? That
No.
is, like
there's
this is a temple in the skies as like a gift shop.
no. So yeah, which way are you guys going? It doesn't really matter, but it's like, are you gonna go to the oasis, then down to Godlygoods, or are you gonna go around to like the temple's
I
Godlygoods?
think the
and then...
shorter way, because
short
we
way's
are
the
in
best.
Silken Square, right? So I think we should just go up and then
Yeah, it's
just go around. Oops.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
through the Herald Heights.
Yeah.
As far as on about, like, if anyone wants to check out Pretends.
Yeah, so you are walking through the Herald Heights if there's anything you want to do. The points of interest. There is Breton's, which is like the closest one to you as you're walking. Probably, like maybe 5 minutes off the main direction. Which is like a enchanted, like, curiosity random shop. There is the Gardens of Serenity, which is pretty close to where you're going, if you wanted to go there.
I want to go to both of those places, but
You can go to both.
We have
You're
time.
allowed to, yeah. You got
Do
a few
we
hours.
really?
We got time. Yeah, we got
I'm
time.
investigating a murder.
But yeah, but I mean,
well,
still gonna be there.
Body's not going anywhere.
I was going to say
You
this
sure?
bit here
Uh-huh.
has already been stated. It's been
Yeah,
investigated.
that was Samael's one.
We're on our way here, so
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
got to try and find the location of the.
You do know that Samael is meeting you around there, probably in about an hour, so probably in about the time it would take you to get there. They are going there, but like you can obviously make them wait if you want.
yeah, maybe we should get there now and we can go and watch these places afterwards if we still have time.
Hey, that's your prerogative, man. Those magic-y places don't interest me all too much, but
Yeah, and also the places will be here afterwards.
Mhm.
And the body, I still hope, is not moving when we get there.
well,
It's a
Now
zombie.
I'm worried.
I assume Artron's got the
Compass.
the compass device, the Dark Shard amulet. So I mean, if anything was being moved, we'd know.
You mean the shard of the Dark
No,
Shard
only-
amulet?
only follows the.
It follows
there
the
may be
yeah.
It follows the Dark Shard.
Oh.
It follows the shards of the Dark Shard amulet. So I assume we'd know if that picture
God.
got moved.
Why
Yeah, but
did I
not the
check
body.
that?
Shards and shards and shards.
That's why I've been distinguishing in my mind the pieces of the shard rather than the shards of the shard. But it's still really confusing because I want to write the word pieces because I've written the word pieces and it's confusing. But yeah, you probably do as you're walking go past that like point that was marked to you by Samael, and you can see it's like cautioned
Has it-
off.
Yeah, as it can be being completely cleared in terms of like.
Does it have like investigators? Like
There's not
guards?
investigators, but you do see some guards.
And
We
some
see, like-
tape, like
You
they
see
have
one of
around
the
it.
Gilded Lotus guards there with like 3 of the Sand Spear, the normal guard, like the work under the captain. Around there. But you go see Samael was the one that marked that. You guys assume that it was like because it's Samael's working for the Gilded Lotus, that's why that person's there. But yeah, you would also go. Yeah.
I was just asking, is it like, you know how police usually take evidence and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Does it look like that's happened?
Like you can't see too far in because obviously it's blocked off because they don't want random people seeing that. But like if you like sort of walk in and just like slightly walk past, you can see it's been cleaned up. There's like stuff on the ground to like make it like a it's like a safe, if that makes sense, like a clear place so you can look around pretty easily.
I was just querying because obviously I didn't want to like trying to investigate something that's when there's nothing there because they've moved it all already.
Yeah, like anything that's been disturbed has been like moved or like sectioned off and like looked at privately, or like any stains or blood has been like covered around, things like that. But yeah, so you also do end up going past the Gardens of Serenity and the Captain's house. Or at least what you know the Captain's house to be. You probably walk past and be like, oh, not unlocked that place yet. And then with the Gardens...
Paid DLC.
It's paid DLC in the next 4 hours.
But before that, you have to pay $5.99.
Yeah.
For an exclusive Guards Captain Quarters
then you can
DLC.
get
Or watch an ad.
access to his before.
No, you have to watch
if you
three ads of 30 seconds
if you want it
each.
24 hours early, if you want the early access to... where is it?
Watch this 5-second ad.
Yeah.
Or you can pay for our subscription, $17.99 every week.
Every 4 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you can... So, like, you're walking down and past the Gardens of Serenity, and you can see that it's like just this sectioned off area that has,
Peaceful.
like... Yeah, it's some might call it serene. There's a few, like, entrances, like a park, almost, that have, like, signs above it. It's like... pay what you want, if that makes sense. Like pay what you want, it all goes back to the garden, and like it's like keeping the natural like in order in this like desert.
Is there a petting zoo in there?
There's not a petting zoo. You probably would find like wildlife, but there's no like it's not like a zoo.
Don't worry. You don't need to worry about.
Is there any animal in there, or is it just plant life?
We've got a Sidon.
It's like it's probably more like a reserve, like a small reserve area. There probably are animals, but they're not like pointed to specifically.
They're not attractions.
Yeah. It's like you're meant to...
None of their business and living here.
Well, like you're meant to go in there and relax, so there wouldn't be any dangerous animals. But you could see like cats, or it's like I guess maybe not cats.
Capybaras.
Well, like animals that would be friendly towards people, like squirrels. I don't know.
Monkeys. Some monkeys.
Maybe.
Monkeys aren't that
probably not.
friendly to humans.
I don't think I would-
Friendly, but there is like a place in Spain where there's like a mountain range that's just full of wild monkeys that you can.
You
walk
might
around.
see the closer you get to monkeys is maybe lemurs. Like King Julian.
Move it.
But yeah, you go past that. I assume.
In Madagascar now, boys.
Yeah.
You go past there and get into like that zone of possible murder points. So yeah, what do you guys do?
So do we go to Godly Goods first, or do we go to the Golden Oasis Inn first?
Go to the Golden
They're
Oasis Inn, I would say.
Because they're both in the murder zone. But
The murder circle.
Well, for the people who are listening, and to clarify, the places in the murder circle are the Temple of the Unseen Path. There's Godly Goods. There's the Grove of the Green Mother and the Golden Oasis Inn, as well as some other buildings. But I'll tell you guys, it's not any of those smaller buildings.
it's not anything that isn't named.
Yes. But yeah, so where you guys
sure
go?
about that?
I'm sure. I made
a house with a broken window. Like
There is just a random house with a broken window, but like it's not related.
I think we should go to the inn first.
I mean,
it just seems like the most obvious place, but maybe
I
I'm wrong.
agree. But so we've got 2 for the inn, 2 for Godly Goods. We have 2 people outstanding. What's the vote, you two? Dave, Ultra.
Where's the thing pointing?
I believe we should go to the inn first.
Someone had an opinion change.
Well, there you are then.
Oh, sorry.
Settled.
Well, I do want to know what everyone's like opinion is, like where people want to go, and obviously because Artron does have the fucking metal compass.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where's it pointing?
Obviously, can you make me an investigation check? I'll give you advantage because you have a lot of the pieces to this puzzle.
Not shards.
Not shards, pieces. Very specifically pieces.
26.
16. Oh no, 26. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I forgot your rolls are silly. Yeah, so you probably like get into this radius. Are you like everyone? Wait. You look at the I think you had it in like a mason jar, like floating in the water, and you look at it, and from what you can tell, it probably points somewhere in this direction, like Godly Goods or the Grove of the Green Mother temple, which would be the temple to Ophenian.
It would be very sacrilegious and right up this guy's alley to actually murder a priest in their own temple.
That is true.
Which
But
would
if
be
you
very
want to
fucked
go
up, by the way.
Well, I think it's kind of fucked up to murder anyone, but sure.
Yeah, but they're
John,
like
that's
they're
your
not like
point.
it's fucked up all the time. But there is a point to be said about like off limits kind of.
Haven't you
kind of
guys
thing.
killed people?
Not inside of a temple.
Yeah,
only
not
by
in
mistake.
like
Well,
offensive. It's like self. What's it called when you protect yourself?
self-preservation.
Yeah,
Self-defense.
that thing.
Can I make an insight check?
I mean, yeah, but I will tell you that it's mostly true.
Well, the closest thing we ever got to killing someone in a temple was a vampire in like his base of operation, like with a devil woman.
Wasn't it cast there though?
Yeah, I was there.
No,
Not that one. The other one.
Oh, okay.
in the swamp.
There was another one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was under a tree in a swamp.
How
You know
many
what, I've just
vampires do you
realised-
fight?
Two.
We fought two.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
so
has been some...
just a strange coincidence then.
Well, they were related by like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but you know.
What's that?
Where you can make.
You never heard of
Jokes.
bacon?
No,
No, but
it's where you.
what was Kevin's bacon?
It's some
where
guy.
you make, it's where you make a jump between each person, and you can eventually get to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but who's that?
It's some random guy.
I think it's
don't
just
know.
a butcher called Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a store in the Dynasty. Kevin's bacon.
No, it's Heaven's bacon.
Nice Kevin's.
Yeah, you can
Hey.
buy it at the Godly Goods.
On offer now.
Yeah, that's what I must burn.
It's gotta be crispy bacon. The clerics of Celesta love Kevin's bacon because it's crispy. He's actually a cleric.
I included it in the curry I fed you in the Feywild.
The stash of Kevin's bacon. What is
And
happening?
that's why it's not so good.
Guys, what are you doing?
Godly Goods, then the Green of the Grove.
Well, we
Okay.
can
Yeah, might as well.
we can find where the item itself is. We don't have to. We just head towards it, and then I'll be able to tell you more specifically where it is. It's just in this direction.
Oh, I just want to have the component in case divination might come in handy, so we don't have to, double back.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that quickly. But I will describe it, because I haven't described it before. So, in the Temple District, near some of the temples, there is this, like, big stone structure that is about the size of some of the temples. It's this sort of stone marble structure. There is, like, on the entrance way, there is a doorway that has symbols to each god around the archway. and on the inside you can see that there is like I'm describing like a gift shop. I hate it. There are it's like a wall that is full of amulets and holy symbols and things like that. There is another wall that is full of more specific ones, like if you think like magic items, like amulets of the devout. You can also recognize a few like magic items, like the necklace of prayer beads is there. You can buy each bead individually. There are sort of emblems of gods, and then on like a separate shelf, it's like, not a shelf, like a separate cabinet that is on the lock and key, and like specifically sort of watched. There is a bunch of like holy weapons, and like magic items of that sense. Yeah. And behind the desk of like the shop, the countertop, there is sort of a guy, like a pale man with like white hair, wearing these like blue and white robes, like sort of very like no god specifically. Yes, Pete. And let me just send the image of this guy because I just have a bunch of image for the NPCs around, and yeah, in general.
He looks. I don't know if this is just because of what the picture looks like, but he looks swarmy. Not swarmy. That's a bad word. No. Like smug, like arrogant.
Yeah.
He definitely
Like,
follows the
I'm
worst
gonna
god.
upsell you.
But yeah, so you see this guy who doesn't have a name, but yeah,
Smarmy.
you
That was
don't
the
know
word
his
I was
name.
looking for.
Smarmy. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yes, I would like sacrifice piece worth of 25 gold to the
Yeah,
goddess.
some of that
Calista.
heavenly bacon.
You see, he raises an eyebrow and says, "Sorry, sacrifice, please." Yeah, what is that?
Does he come out with the goat?
No, this god's not devils. I'm sorry.
It's a cow.
Can you be more specific? I'm confused.
Okay, outside of the game,
Uh-huh.
BTU Terrano.
Uh-huh.
What would be appropriate? 25 gold. Quotes sacrifice.
Is that what it is?
For divination. Yeah, this is for divination.
I thought he specified like
Incense
twigs
and
and
sacrificial
stuff.
offering appropriate to religion together worth at least 25 gold.
yeah, like
Yeah, so like you could obviously the incense you could probably have like a bit of that, like 5, sort of no more than 10 worth of like incense. And I would say the sacrificial offering, it could be like an idol of a god. It could be a gift voucher for a god. Like a gift voucher's like that is worth X amount of gold. That could be what you use as a sacrifice.
Here you go, a dead toad.
Only redeemable in Millers and Carter.
I have a divination coupon. 25
Yeah,
gold off your next divination.
It would literally be like a coupon for the spell divination worth the amount of gold you would need. That is like blessed. It's got like it's got a stamp on it from the god that you worship.
Could it have like a specific stamp
Yes,
on it?
yeah. Which could work if you want. It could be anything relating to like
Damn,
Solista.
If I get my final 7th stamp,
Yeah,
I get a free
the
divination
eighth one is
spell.
half off. Yeah.
I get a
which-
divine intervention.
The 8th one is half off, but this is the issue. It has to be worth 25 gold, so half off really doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the coupon, please.
Okay. So I'll say probably 5 gold at least has to be incense, so you can get like a 20 gold coupon for the spell divination. It's just so stupid.
Excellent.
I can just picture it's in like, it's like, oh, I can use divination. Oh, I got a coupon for this.
Yeah.
Free coupon. It was worth 25 gold.
I will
It
also.
says free in air quotes.
I will also just send to you guys like the stock if anything's interested you guys. Most of them are like cleric and paladin items, but anything, certain things could be used in general now.
Well, radiant stuff could be helpful against that chaos that Sidon is now Do you actively
Legally
hunt down
obliged.
chaos, or how is that?
My genuinely, my orders from Neve was to protect Helene. So, I mean, so at the minute, it's not like go hunt chaos. It's more of a bodyguard thing. But who knows? Maybe if I prove myself, they'll give me more missions. I don't know. I don't know what their plans are.
Celine Dion.
God.
Wait, before we even do this, does anyone even have enough money to maybe buy a
I was
squad?
just adding them there just in case, and for like future.
Yeah, I can buy a necklace of prayer beads.
We can buy one of the beads
Yeah.
50 gold per bead.
because most of them are very good. I was
Yeah.
looking, and it's a really weird item. It's a very good item.
So if you buy more, do you get like a?
Do you not even
Cut
give us
off.
like the actual necklace?
Oh
As
yeah,
in,
you
like,
get the necklace. You
Just
get
the
the
beads.
necklace, and you add the beads on. It's like a make your own prayer necklace.
Wait, so what does the shield of the sacred flame do?
It's a very cool item.
Does it give you the Sacred Flame cantrip?
No, that'd be a really bad item.
It would be a really bad item, but why call it the Shield of Sacred Flame if
I-
it doesn't give you the Sacred Flame
I
cantrip?
don't know. Let me look. I can't.
Because it's a cool name.
Shield of the Sacred. Where the fuck is it? I didn't add in all the. I usually add in the links on the page,
Oh,
but I
I
didn't.
read that totally wrong.
Magic item.
Devotes sensor.
What did you? Do I want to? No.
I don't think you do.
Shield of the
What the
Sacred
fuck?
Flame. This shield has 3 charges, which you regain at each dawn. When a spell cast within 60 feet of you targets you with a spell or includes you in the area of a spell, you may expend a charge to cast the counter spell as a reaction.
Oh, that's really good.
But
But they don't have the money.
Obviously, I'm going to say it probably requires a achievement,
It does.
but it's also technically classed as armor, isn't it?
Yeah, a shield is classed as armor.
It should
Do
cost
Do amulet of the devout
Oh,
stack?
I don't know if it classes armor for like unarmored monk stuff.
I think you can
Um,
in certain cases. You can use.
I
if
think you might be
push
able
it,
to,
you
I'm
can
not sure.
I'm sure.
because
I'm
isn't that
pretty sure
only with
barbarians can
Kenzie
use
stuff?
shield.
I
Well, barbarians
Honest-
can use shields.
honestly cannot remember.
Yeah,
There's-
monks can use shield too, I think.
There is a whole bit under this about like the specific thing it's from because it's from a book, but just ignore that in this case. But yeah. If not, then I will say to Archeron that you can tell that it is not here, and it is very likely in the Temple of Ophenian.
This guy,
Yes.
the white-haired fella.
Yeah.
As we're in the shop, and people are buying things, I'm going to use my once a day free ritual to cast detect magic on him.
Yeah.
Well, whilst looking at him.
He on him probably has. Oh God. He doesn't have anything like he doesn't radiate magic. I mean, he has like a bit of like I guess like a slight bit because he's a cleric. But then he's got like an amulet of the devout around his neck and probably like a prayer book on his like hip. But he's not anything specific.
Does it look like he's wearing a Scooby-Doo style mask?
No.
You know what he kind
I would have
of
got it
like,
away with too. It wasn't for you meddling kids.
I can't think of the character. I'm thinking maybe Gilgamesh or something, but he kind of looks like a fake
He does.
Stay Night
He does look
character.
like Gilgamesh from Fate. Yeah, a little bit.
a little
I
bit.
I know we can't afford it, but I just want to know what Dusk Crusher is.
It's cool. It's
It's
very
a warhammer
good.
that lets you cast. I think it was like a beam of something. I don't remember the spell name.
Dust
What was-
Crusher. The Warhammer radiates bright light. While the radiant, you can use action. While the radiant head is active, you get a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with the weapon. And attacks with the weapon deal radiant instead of bludgeoning. All of it. Undead creatures hit by the weapon take 1d8 extra radiant damage, and while you're holding it, you can cast Sunbeam as an action. It's like the Blood of Lathander from Baldur's Gate, essentially.
Cool.
It's very cool. But yeah, as you're going around, looking at some godly goods, you do. I'd say you hear them, but you don't. You just one of you eventually turns around, and you just see Samael just standing there, just waiting. Just just waiting for you. And as if anyone looks at them, they just like nod, and just like wondering, did you find anything?
Yeah, we found some coupons.
We haven't found.
You found coupons in a shop. How perceptive.
Yeah.
Hey, they're useful coupons.
I got a free divination coupon. It only costed me 25 gold.
I hate to break to you, that's not what means.
It's a steal.
I thought you
I
needed
actually
to-
think it's
I
the
thought
opposite of
you-
a steal.
I thought you needed
No.
25 gold.
No, it is a steal for them. Not for him. Not for her.
That's
For them.
makes sense.
Anyway, we haven't got around to getting to the murder victim yet. We're still looking around. We're thinking it's in the Ophenian temple.
Let's see. Okay. Just like nods and just like their shadow kind of very pale, so they don't go out. I'll say they walk outside, but they're pale, so they don't go in the sun. So they just like wait in the shade of the building until you guys are.
Does he know
done.
about the shards of the shards?
Yeah, we got one.
They found one of them at one of the murders and handed it to you near the end of last session,
Yeah.
Cool.
which is why you have 3/4 of it.
Yeah. If
Do
you
any
want,
of these NPCs have money? Sorry, I'm just looking. Victoria
Are you
should have.
implying that we will need to rob them?
No, the people who are here. I'm just like Victoria.
I'm hoping the shopkeep does.
I need to add. That's way too little money. I'll add that. Okay, that's fine.
I just zero.
I just added 10.
Yeah, but the 0 is before the 1.
Yeah, it's still 14. Yeah, Victoria. Bryn doesn't have a sheet. It's fine. I forgot there's so many people here. Yeah. Is anything the rest of you doing in this shop? Buying any more godly goods?
Nope.
I'm completely tapped on money. I've got 12 gold, and that's only me getting my money back from the casino after I basically asked for
After you lost
compensation.
Oh yeah.
Where
Okay.
has all your money gone?
You spent a lot of it on slab, and then the ghee.
Then I got a ghee, which is a really nice ghee, and it has a lot of power, and I can now absorb elements.
that
which
he
is
does
really
have in his inventory, by the way.
Yep,
After
it's,
like 5 weeks.
Because he hasn't decided he wants to wear it yet.
No, I was wearing it.
Well, it's like a rune on your existing one. It's not a new one, but
it
yeah.
was basically the one that Artron fabricated for me is the one I'm wearing, and that's the one that's got the rune on it.
But yeah, so if you're not buying anything else, I assume you guys go over to the Grove.
Yep.
Which is just the building next door.
Yeah.
Where
Where the thing's pointing.
Yes.
Yeah. As we go in, this is a weird question. Does the building have similar architecture as the temple I was trained at, since that was a monk temple around Ophenian?
It's probably got similar like symbols and like ideologies, and like logos and iconography, but probably not too similar, considering this is like a smaller temple in a big town in a desert.
Yeah.
And obviously the temple there was very much in nature and around nature. Cool. But yeah, so it's just like a sort of a. The best thing to describe is like the Acropolis. It's sort of got pillars around it, with like vines hanging off those pillars, things like that, which makes up the majority of the front of the building. That's like, there's like open air. You can walk around. You can walk in from like most of the angles. With like the main temple, like the place where people might stay, or like where private worship might be done, in like a separate bit at the back of it. But yeah, you can see a few priests of Ophena walking around, as well as just some other people who are praying, because Ophena is one of the more commonly worshipped gods. And yeah, Artron, as you're like walking around, you can tell that it's definitely coming from the private rooms at the back, rather than obviously out in the open, where you can pretty much see anything. But yeah, you can see some like Ophenian priests, like watering plants and like muttering, like, because a lot of clerics of or like followers of Ophena are either like nature clerics, or even like druids. Some druids do, if they are like godly or like inclined in any way, would something like that. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
How private are these private rooms? Are these like the priest's quarters?
Yeah, like the priest's private quarters. Like you can see like the door that would get to them, but obviously they're like closed currently.
Okay.
Because
would knowing where it is on the building, would I be able to know if we walked outside whether or not it had a window?
I mean, you could look around. Yeah, if you like walk around to like a side of it, you can see there are windows like slightly higher up. You might have to like maybe have someone like boost you up. If you I
have a floating head. I don't.
All that obviously. But like if you use like floating head or like have porridge look, you can see they just open into like a private, like a larger room, with the occasional, like you see a few priests in there currently, with like vines or like just like more private, like for people who are more like, you need like private worship. My brain's not working fully. But you can see even in there was like doors to a further back section. If that makes sense.
Okay. So how long will it have taken us to go from the shop to here?
Like a minute max.
Okay. So since I've still got detect magic up, I'm gonna look through Porridge's eyes, still concentrating on detect magic, have him fly up to peer through what I assume to be the window where the associated with the room where this shard is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you look around and you like angle like yourself, like using the compass and like detect magic and stuff to like go around to try and like localize the point. And you can see that it's definitely near the back of this building. In this sort of like slightly jutting out section, that appears to be like a very like a priest specific room, like for a specific person and a guess. Obviously you can't see the inside. And with your like, what's your passive investigation? Because I know it's very high.
17.
17? Yeah, I will say, looking around, you can see that there's these like triangular sections that like jut out very like slightly, that are like indented into this wall at the back. And you look and you can see that there's like in the sand below that, there's clearly like not footprints, but like marks of someone ducking in and moving that, and you can see scrapes on the top, like the inlay of it, like someone has moved this like piece of stonework.
I'll let everyone know. I'll let Samael, I assume, is with us still.
Yeah. I will say, for the sake of ease. Actually, no. I was going to say if the NPCs be out there, but a lot of them are interested in this. So, carry on. Sorry.
Let's say to Samael, how much pull do you have in the temple? Where does your authority end?
I could probably get us in that, like the normal way. With the pulls out like this symbol of the Gilded Lotus that they have, or I'm sure the symbol that you showed to get in the Gilded Lotus where I was could probably also get you in.
Would it be, what would happen were we caught inside if we were to ascend through this window?
Depends on what's on the other side. I'm sure one of us could talk our way out of it. We are here on official business, so.
Yes. My father was a priest of Ophenian. I think we could talk our way in through official routes, but perhaps if you notice here, there's been some movement of these triangulations and the sand. I'm going to look specifically at the movement and the markings and the footprints. And I've used this phrase before. I don't know if I've used this phrase to you, but I definitely used it in relation to what I was going to try to do today. I want to beautiful mind this shit. Have you ever seen Hannibal? Where he the main character basically looks at something and has a psychotic break,
reconstructs it,
and reconstructs.
Oh, you're going Sherlock.
Yeah. I'm Sherlock in this bitch.
Discombobulate.
Yeah. So what I'm looking to figure out is size, weight, strength, and so we know vaguely what this person looks like. So I'm trying to figure out how strong they are, how deep the claws are, and when they were there. If I know that's probably a stretch.
Yeah.
I have mad.
I would say it feels like I'll say roll me an investigation check, and I'll give you advantage because I would say Samael or even Cassian would definitely be helping you with this.
Before I start, I'll be like, Cass. Cass.
Cleric's not here. Please leave a message.
Okay.
I was eating chips. Sorry.
Okay. All I want is
Archer needs that good guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't share.
Let me give you the good guidance.
Not the bad wish guy.
I hate having to fight with these fucking dice. Oh my god. A 22 plus...
22 plus a d4. Can anyone else do
25.
bonus? I'm just looking. I don't think Samael can help,
I mean,
other than just...
if Slab wants to chuck a bardic my way.
Well, then.
go on, add a d8.
I don't know, dude. I think you're good.
What's that?
Yeah.
30. Okay. God. So you go into
eye color.
you go into your mind palace. You can smell what this person had for breakfast. 4 days ago. It's weird. So you Cassian rolled amazingly. By the way, just so everyone knows, I have given Beth Cassian's character sheet because I can't be bothered. I do still have it up, but just because he's very
so one
simple.
Character wasn't enough for you, Beth. I see how it is.
he's very simple to play, and his main thing is because he's a mastermind, just to give people advantage. So it's fine.
The help action.
Yeah. With a 30. So give me a list, and I'll go down as you say.
Beautiful mind the shit.
Yeah.
So
you beautiful mind the shit out of their shit.
How long they were waiting? How long they were waiting? How long ago were they there? Did they come out the same way they went in?
Okay, so
vaguely were they waiting patiently? Were they waiting, anxiously, things like that?
So you're looking. So the first thing you check is the sand around the ground, and you can see there's clearly multiple sets. Either I can't even say either. You rolled a 30. You can tell that this person definitely went in and out more than once. You can see that some of the movement is clearly older. Some of the sand has been put back naturally by wind and stuff, whereas some of it's clearly fresher. Then you look at the top lip of this bit that's clearly been pulled out or pushed in. You can tell it's definitely been pushed inwards. It's about probably
That's so delayed.
2.5, maybe 3 foot tall, so you'd have to duck to get in. You see at the top of this lip, there are scratches a little bit on the outside, but you can tell mostly on the inside from scraping and pushing this triangular shaped thing inwards to get in. What else was it?
So how whether they were waiting outside, were they waiting patiently, or were they waiting anxiously?
Okay. I would say you can tell that by the shape of the footprints and the movement of everything, it was clearly done quickly. A person saw this, found a way to get in, did it, and then went back out. But you can definitely see that this has been done multiple times. Someone's gone in and out multiple times through this exit and entrance specifically.
Can I tell if it's the same person or is it multiple people?
I would say by the look of the footprints, which do appear to be like booted footprints, by like the grooves in the sand. Same person, most likely, or at least the same shoes. I would say, looking at like time frame, you can gather the most recent was probably a number of hours ago, maybe 4 to 5, but the oldest appeared to be about a day and a half, 2 days.
Okay. And turning to Samuel, how? So we would know this. I don't know why I'm having to ask, but I haven't got it written down.
Mhm.
How long ago was the first recorded killing?
About a week and a half, I think.
Okay.
If not, if it was definitely a week. It could have been a week and a half. I can't remember. I believe it was a week and a half.
So Archeron kind of closes his eyes, imagines a sweating pendulum.
Just his mind palace.
Yeah, this is my design. Yeah. And
Isn't it the mind library
moves-
at this point?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Well, palace is bigger than a library.
Yeah. For James, it's very much.
Have you seen Archeron's library?
It's a mind blown over tent in an abandoned field, but
You know what?
When's a mind?
Comparing
mind
Archeron to Will
skip?
Graham is probably the best fucking like analog.
Oh yeah, James
you could
said
have.
it to me, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's yeah, that's so spot on."
Yeah.
the problem is
Yeah.
he's got a very he's got a very messy hair and a very square jaw, and Archer far too twinky for me. I'm going to use Matt. What's his name? Charlie Cox, Daredevil. But,
yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit too stocky as well. There's not that many incredibly twinky.
Timothy Chalamet.
No, I don't.
Tom
I
Holland.
just thought Tom Holland would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, but like again, he's got like a dancer's body. Timothy Chalamet. I don't know. I don't know.
How about The Rock?
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
No,
we got it.
The Rock plays drag. We all know this.
Right there.
Yeah,
John Cena then, John Cena.
No, because then we won't be able to see him.
Invisibility.
Alright,
Ideally,
just out on
it
him
would
if
be-
he wants.
Ideally, it would be Kermit the Frog.
Hello.
Hello.
Amazing.
Comedy frog here.
That's who's in your
That's-
mind palace.
Yeah.
He's the one organising all the files. He's like,
It's Slab Kermit the Frog.
How about the
Big
Terminator? Not the actor, the actual Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So it's been actually it's very recent, last few hours, but repeated, but been in and out repeatedly.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of
Immature, Beth.
how many times would it be safe to say he's entered an egress within, like, say, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, I think that's a safe amount.
In and out burger 3 times.
Never had that.
Loads.
No,
of
they don't do them in
goods.
the UK, I don't think.
No.
You
Okay.
can smell fast food.
Archon, did you find anything?
And
Archon
okay, so
comes
here's the
I
big
found
question,
some
right?
burgers.
Here's the big question, okay? With all the information I've got,
Mhm.
do I assume this to be the pale assassin, or is this just some random person who gets out of work quick by jumping out of the window?
You would,
That's the big question.
you would assume it's probably the Pale Assassin.
Okay, assume this to... Okay, I will pass that information on. And the last set of footprints, was it leading in or leading out?
Out.
Okay. Okay, I suggest we go in the front, personally. I was just going to turn around and say, I believe this is maybe a safe haven for the assassin. Perhaps the priests of Ophenian aren't sure what they're sheltering. I suggest we go in calmly, but with purpose to find this item.
So the assassin could be, maybe could be a priest. It could be a very, very interesting ploy to just
hold on.
hide their identity.
Well,
What temple are we at?
Ophena,
Ophena's.
it's goddess of the wind and the
Well,
nature. and-
it's like
Wild
it's like
Nature,
all-
beast, ocean.
yeah, all like natural, yeah, like plants, beasts, ocean.
I
Basically,
thought
the
for a minute-
poison ivy clerics, these go here.
Yeah. No, I thought for a minute that we were at the moon goddess one, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
you wouldn't care.
How far away is this from? Like, is it this with like a stone?
Yeah,
Helene,
like,
it's across the
Across the way.
across the way.
Across the
So
way, yeah.
maybe a number of 2-3 minutes.
I know this party is getting to like unmanageably large size. Perhaps we should keep her in the eyesight. If this guy is here, perhaps he's staking her out. Archeron says in character voice.
I'll have Peru play 2 clerics. It'll be no, I'm kidding.
I mean, so he was
not
turning to
clerics.
Sidon, who is, I mean, she's nice, but like, I don't say we
Well,
don't have any skin
we
in the game,
know-
but on my list of like priorities, she's middle layer.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
know that.
She's the pickle in my sandwich. Yeah.
Well, we know that the Pale Assassin, from your identification of the amulet, that it's chaotic in nature, abyssal in nature. We know the Wretched Howler wanted me to find Helene. We also know Neve and Celista also consider her important. She might be someone important to stopping these incursions of abyssal fractures, I guess. I don't know the best way to describe it, but there's so much.
Raises a very good
abyssal.
point, actually, because this is James asking this.
Mm.
We know as a collective of human beings, because we played the game last week, that across Periphalon there are lots of incursions going down.
Yeah.
Do we, the party, know that this is not a localized phenomenon?
I don't think you guys would know.
I don't think we know much about the incursions across the globe.
We know it happened in the Fae,
It happened
and we
in the
know it's
Fae.
happening. Like, we know
I
some
would-
shit's going on here.
I would say
and
at
something's
that
going
train
on
of
here.
thought, if you were to say it out loud, Samael would corroborate the fact that it's happening.
Elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Demonic.
Yeah,
Slot
I think,
50p in them.
I think, in character, I think there's a lot of like convenience with the abyss that could lead to like a lot of incursions. Like it's not a big stretch to assume that what happened in the Fae is happening all over.
Yeah.
So
Samael would like confirm that like it's not just here. Like they've heard stories about other places.
Perhaps it's to do with the... Wait one moment. I'm just going to quickly check my spell book. Damn, okay. Sidon, quick sidebar. Sidon bar.
Oh, he's not. He went away from his
Oh,
mind.
So-
he's
so-
he's
Sidon-
T-posing in the
Sidon,
corner over there.
Sidon, I need to talk to you.
Well,
Sidon.
while Sidon's having a fruity, I will say the rest of you. I don't know if James wants a private sidebar with Sidon, as Sidenbar.
It's just I need to ask whether or not he's happy for me to mention about the Wretched Howler in front of Samael. Like, because it's not that he's currently under the employ, but it's like this person, has shown us like a modicum of respect, and this really is showing kind of the absolute arsehole he can be. You know what I mean? I don't want to shine a light on poor
He's
decisions,
back.
but buddy. Okay,
Sidon, he's back.
quick sidebar.
Sorry.
Come here.
yeah.
Jesus, that streaked me. Okay. Sorry,
I lost focus for a second. I was a little
It's
away
okay.
with the berries.
Don't worry about it. Do you mind me mentioning in front of Samael about your encounter with the Wretched Howler, or your previous deal with the Wretched Howler?
Oh, go for it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
It's actually, I sort of grabbed Archon before he can go. That would actually help me out.
Why?
I've mentioned.
What do you want to do it then? Because
Well, you're better at it than I am. It's you do it. But for me, I'm a little bit suspicious, Samael. Her reaction to this could
Their
tell
reaction.
us. Their reaction
Yeah.
could give us more information whether or not she knows or doesn't know.
Oh god.
They.
Oh, I shouldn't have any non-binary character.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to take up neo pronouns just to annoy. Okay, well, I will speak. Well, I tell you, you're better at reading people's emotions than I am. So I will mention to Samuel, and you, and then Archon does like the eyes pointing with his hand. Okay, Samuel.
Yes.
A word in your look like, my friend. Yes. So it occurred. Obviously, we mentioned around these demonic, abyssal incursions all over the world.
Mhm.
We thought it'd be definitely worthwhile mentioning that my good friend Sudden here was previously, I can't say under the employ, but definitely on the books for an abyssal demonic force known as the Wretched Howler. It does have another name, but I'm gonna have to search my notes for it.
Oh, it's an awful name, so just call it that.
Like growly.
I regret it immediately as I wrote it.
No, I changed it to the Wretched.
Well, no, it
no,
is. It is. It's
It has got another name.
Malorath.
Yeah, hang on, wait.
But
I can.
I mean,
yeah.
it's Malorath the Wretched Howler. That's
Malorath.
full,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can
Um,
sign that to the dustbin of my mind.
yeah.
as soon as
Just
it's
the Wretched Howler
yeah.
is just yeah. It's easier. It makes more sense. Yeah.
when he tells them that,
Mhm.
can I make an insight check to
Yeah.
read their facial expressions, see if there's anything there?
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
I'll do one too.
Mm,
No, I was
Rather.
rolling.
Nope, natural
it's
two.
true. I will
I'm rolling
say,
11.
as you're like reading them, see if the Wretched Howler or anything rings a bell. I rolled the history check to see if it did for them. And you get the sense they obviously Archeron's mentioning demons, the abyss. They obviously make that connection, but you can't tell anything past. Not even they cast him with a 19 either. Can't they not blank expression, but taking in information, clearly not
No
knowing it
emotional-
before. Yeah.
Okay. Well, reason we thought it worth mentioning is there's.
I think if
potential-
anything, it's surprise that oh, this guy did what, but it's not
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
yeah.
That we thought it was worth mentioning because there was it occurred to me a moment ago that perhaps this pale assassin was another person under the employ of the Wretched Howler, but if there are other incursions going on elsewhere, then perhaps it's just a coinky dink.
Feels like a coincidence in my
Winky
opinion,
dink.
but I don't have that much information about them.
No? Okay.
So-
But yes, I suggest we go around the front. I'm going to leave Porridge here though to make sure no one jumps out the window. Porridge, I'm going to put in a tree and just have them watch. But yes, so the Temple of Ophena. For those who don't know, my father was a priest in the port of Ophena, in one of the small temples there. So hopefully that may carry some weight, but not famous. He was just a small church. Vicar of Dibley style thing.
I will say, can we not just use the fact that we are in the employ of the Sandspears as investigators?
Yes, but we don't want to barge in. It could be it's a temple. We need to be respectful.
What if we got a warrant?
You essentially
We
do,
have one, but
but,
we
yeah.
still want to be respectful.
Well, yeah, but
Okay. Okay.
you
wow.
can
kicking doors down is fun, what do you want from me?
Sudden does love kicking doors down.
Okay.
You
Well,
can
these are mostly like curtains, so you'll just get your foot caught in it.
you can tell that while specifically while you were doing your Sherlock style investigation, because I do forget their hair, even though both of these characters are very important to this part of the story. Victoria is clearly very what's the word?
Anxious.
Impatient.
Oh.
Impatient and anxious, I would say. Because obviously doesn't know
Probably
where
more so when we went shopping.
doesn't know where her brother is, and is is this possible? Is trying to find any information. And Victoria has a decent intelligence, so she is writing everything down and is making sure she has all the information just in case. And while you can see Bryn is like mentioning stuff that maybe Victoria missed. They're just like, talking to each other like, good friends do after, stuff like that. Yeah.
Victoria, was Oliver a particularly religious or pious person? I know he's a paladin, but was he particularly religious?
What's that voice? Fuck. Not really. Not really.
I feel like I don't have a feeling for him. I don't have not a feeling. I don't have a sense of him as a person yet.
Well,
why I asked.
Yeah. It's just.
I'm going.
I mean, no, she's like thinking, but she's like scared to say too much because she doesn't want to like cry because she doesn't know where he is. I mean, he was brave. Is brave. Strong. Doesn't back down. Makes sure people always try to do the right thing. Was always good at what he did. He is great.
Good brother.
Good brother. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can try to get in touch with him again, if you like.
I wouldn't say no, but I think let's see what we can find here.
Okay. Okay. Let's head inside. Porridge, if you hear anything, give the normal call, and Porridge gives the normal call of "Oop, there it is."
Hoot twice like a barn owl, once like a screech owl.
Like a noise like an injured giraffe.
Yeah, so you all walk round to the main sort of out area, and you can see what I described before. A few priests, you can see on the other side of the building, sort of like nearest to where you guys were, when you were looking at the brain. When you were looking at the secret entrance, you look around and you can see that there is like doorways. No, I think here would be like curtains, like these like green, like opaque. Bless you. My God.
Sorry.
Walk into a temple. Bless you. You can see there's like the sort of stone archway. There's like the curtain that like clearly goes to like the more private room that you looked through the window before. But yeah, you can see priests around, people talking, speaking the word of God, things like that.
Would we be able to, from this
side?
What?
What?
I don't know. My brain went for a minute.
Okay.
I just went to a meme. I just went meme for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry. Apologies.
Looking around, is there like a head priest somewhere? And I really want to find out. Can we see from where we are which room we'd be able to go in, or is it more we know which side of the corridor it would be?
No, so let me. I didn't have a map for this because I didn't. Let me just draw quickly. So if this square, if you look at like the top left of the map, if this square is like the bit that you're in with all the plants and whatever, if this is like the curtain that goes behind to like private room, it's like the room you saw with like a few priests privately praying, was like that, James. And then if you saw like behind there, it would have been like a number of like smaller rooms for like, specifically like for priests, like specifically. You were probably like, I would say this one here.
Okay.
So it's like
the main room almost.
So like offshoots of the room where the priests would go.
Yeah.
So it's like this big area is the main room. Here is like the room for private.
So what I mean by that would be like if this room here would be the head priest room, sorry, not main priest room. Yeah. Okay.
It would be like, one of the more, renowned priests because it's a private room for them specifically. Yeah.
I did at one point write a poem, like not a poem, like a hymn to Athena, didn't I?
I think you did. I don't know where or what.
I did, yeah.
I don't know
the Vermilion of Mirage,
I do remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Observing all the normal necessary customs and custards. Would going in, I'd like to find like a not busy but relatively senior looking priest.
Yeah, you see a priest who is currently like watering some of the plants. They're wearing like the sort of the green robes with the plant like symbols and stuff, but they have like a bit more like, I don't know what it would be like. I guess like more like gilded
Waves.
to them. Like there's a bit more, you know. There's a bit more
silver
to
for the
it.
waves. Yeah,
And you see they're currently like watering some plants.
Excuse me.
You see this man turns around. Yes, how can I help you?
Athena's blessings be with you. We're here on behalf of the guard, the Sandspears.
Sandspurs? Yeah.
Sandspurs. I was going to say snakes, and the also Jester to Samael, our associate here, is with the Gilded Lotus. Would it be possible to, if you could direct us through to the back rooms? We believe there is someone there we wish to speak to.
Do you show like the symbol that you guys have?
Yeah. Sure,
without any question
as well. Without like, you know, we don't want the parishioners to see it.
Yeah. You see this man says, yes, of course. He starts like leading a lot of you. Starts leading you all through and says, what do we owe the pleasure? Who are you looking to speak to? As you're like walking, he like parts the curtain to like let you in, and you see it's like a sort of a smaller chamber than the outside one, with like a statue to Ophena and like, you know, lots of plants around, you know, things like that.
Well, I was actually hoping, and whilst I'm saying, I would, if possible, I know I don't have message or anything, this is a bit awkward, but I seen people looking at this guy's faces, like are insightful while looking at this guy's face.
This priest.
Yeah, just. I was wondering if you could tell me and direct him to the room that I believe that we want to go into, and I'm just going to quickly check the old mason jar full of shards.
Well, it's like as I mentioned before, the shards have like form into one thing. Like as they are put in, they like magnetically almost like stick together.
Yeah. Like, if I can make like confirm it's a room, I was wondering. Could you let us know who would be occupying this room here? Would it be anyone of? I can't say important because we're all important under the eyes of Ophena, but of renown or seniority perhaps within the temple.
I'm trying to find the name. Hold on. Yes, that would be Priest Marina's room. She is Marina.
Oh, okay.
Marina's, as in like her room.
Right. Okay.
But you okay?
Yeah, sorry, I'm dying with a hay fever. It's really bad.
But he continues and says, she was a day or two ago. I wasn't here at the time. Said she was going into a private prayer, like a deep prayer for the people and the plants. So
2 days ago.
A day and a half. I wasn't here when it happened, but it's her private chambers, as she does as she sees fit. She has.
Does she? Is it? Okay, I would be astounded if that was a normal thing to do. Is that a regular thing she does?
It's not irregular. She spends not usually 2 to 3 days is the max, but she has bedroom and the food. But she prefers to just stay there, commune with Ophena as often as she can for as long as she can.
Did you say this is the longest time she's spent in there?
It's getting up there, but it's not. We choose not to disturb her. She asked us not to.
Bear with me a minute. When I can never remember the name of the place. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a insane investigation check where I remembered a orphanage being burnt down in a place.
Yes, in Arzetus.
Yes, Arzetus. Okay, I'm going to ask: is Marina from Arzetus?
Like,
I'm just going to like casual. Like, obviously, people move around. Is just coincidentally, is Marina from Arzetus or from that part of the world?
No, I believe she's from. I don't know if she's from Pyre, but she's from Oblista.
Oh, is she? Is it Java? Is there like a picture you have of her, or could you describe what she looks like?
A human, sort of lightly tanned, slightly darker skin, with sort of silver grey hair, sort of 60, 70-ish.
Okay. We went into prayer around the time that the exit was first used.
Yeah, seems to be.
Yeah. She's about 70-ish. About 70-ish.
Just out of curiosity, I know she says that she doesn't want to be disturbed, but do any of you just check in on her, just sneakily, just like not to disturb her, but just to make sure she is all right and stuff when she goes for these extended periods of prayer?
I mean, it's her will that we don't. So, no. Should we?
Well, post food through the door.
Well,
she has food in there, and she's glaring.
It's very important that we speak with her as soon as possible. Would it be? How would you suggest we break her from her reverie without causing undue distress?
I mean, if it's of importance,
I would say so. I'm gonna look around for Ascension.
Yeah, people nod, I assume.
Looks
around, everyone nods in unison.
Yes,
one of us.
The greater good.
No.
I just sort of want to whisper to Archeron, should we be like honest with this guy and tell her that her life may not be in danger?
Yeah, I don't know, but please next time don't kiss my ear. Archeron's covered in goosebumps.
Buy me dinner first.
Stay people.
Wait, so you're allowed to drag me to a corner and whisper in my ear, but I'm not allowed to do it to you.
Yes, whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah. Sorry, you just surprised me. Sorry, what was the question? Sorry, I didn't catch your name, priest.
Jebediah.
Random priest number 1.
I think we already know but a Jebediah.
Do we? If not, I would change it to.
I know we don't. It's a J name like Jacob or Jethro or Jebediah.
We'll say his name. That's his second
Tony.
name. His first name is
Jesus.
no. Is
Who's Jebediah?
Oh God, I don't know. I got my name.
His name is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
No,
Yeah.
that's his name's Schmidt.
Schmitty.
Schmitty!
I don't know. It could well be that she's in danger. We believe that perhaps could have been an attempt on her life. We would like to make sure she's okay. And there's something there in the room with her was here and at locations of
unfortunate demise.
Thank you. Yes.
Of course. If do you need me to come in with you, or I?
It's up to you. You perhaps cleric ourselves, but the more the merrier. But just if you could lead on. But as we're walking in, I would like to activate my. How long has it been since I did my detect magic?
I would say you would have been like looking at that thing for a while. So I think it probably would have ended. Yeah.
Okay.
You were looking 9 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you walk in, it ends. It's really annoying.
I'm going to give myself. Oh yeah. As I walk in, I'm going to give myself. Have I got any second level spells left? I have. Mantle of the Moonlight.
Okay. So yeah, hearing like could be an attempt on, her life, things like that. Schmitty leads you to one of the rooms, and you can just see. I don't have a second name for her. Just like a plaque being like priest. What's Miranda? No, Marina's room. And his like mutters something in. Does anyone speak primordial?
Nope.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Mutters like
speaks primordial.
mutters some like nature-based incantation to like have the door, unlock.
I think that's why I took primordial because I think I asked.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the door unlocks. It says, "I will."
I just imagine going oranges and lemons say the bells.
Yes, that's what Sidon hears. But yeah, he says, "I will
open sesame.
I will open sesame seeds. I will wait outside if that's all right. Just let me know if anything. If I can help with anything."
I think it may be better if you remain with us. Obviously, that we are strangers here. Okay, just to confuse the DM, but
Thank you.
activating my predator sight as we walk in the room.
Bitch.
With my moonlight.
He stabs you
Yeah.
with a holy knife.
No.
Makes me holy too.
Yeah, that's the joke. So you walk in, and I meant to describe before I changed the map, but it's fine.
Well, that's a good guy.
So you open the door. You're coming in from the bottom of this map. It's not completely accurate, but you can see there's like a mix of smells and almost like aesthetics, if that makes sense. You see like small clusters of plants around with like burnt incense and symbols of Ophenian like scattered.
Sorry, you said aesthetics, and my brain immediately went, "Oh my god, she's an e-girl."
she's dead.
She's wearing like pink cat ears.
Yeah.
He had it coming
on her.
No, so you see
He's dead
plants.
with the words ooh called into it.
No, she's doing the ooh fingers like in a dead pose.
Yeah. You see plants and holy symbols and like carvings, things like that. However, much of the room does appear to be like altered and slightly different. You see a number of like blood-stained parchments laying around with the occasional like set of knives. You notice like a skull, maybe some other bones around. However, the two things that stand out are the pool of blood sitting in a depression in the ground, and a woman of similar description to what Schmitty described, laying on the altar with wounds across her.
Does my detect magic pick anything out?
Yeah, 1 second.
And does anyone still have speak with dead?
Slab.
Yes.
Well, I was about to describe. Once you look, you'll tell that it might not be able to be spoken with.
Is the head gone again?
The head's not gone.
All of the features.
Well, let me. So I'll just give a quick thing. So I'll do the medicine. If anyone wants like medicine checks, I'll do that quickly first because it's like the easiest one. And it will tell. It'll let you guys know.
Oh, natural 2. Never mind.
A 14 plus
you have
a
mantle
D6.
moonlight. So
A 19.
19. Sidon, very good.
Oh, 15.
Yeah. So Sidon, we'll say.
I like to think that her head is missing, and we just like, oh, something is wrong with her body. So it's just like,
Only
her head is
Sidon.
missing.
Let me just grab a.
Oh, she stubbed a toe. That's how she died.
Yeah. Blood
No,
loss
I
from-
think I see a stab wound turn her lower left knee.
blood loss from the toe.
That's why she's not an adventurer.
This is the priest.
Oh wow, that's an unfortunate looking guy.
I don't know. I just.
Wait.
Well, we don't get many visitors out here in these parts.
So, Sidon, with a 19, you can tell that from wounds and like slight bit of decay, she was probably killed about a day and a half, 2 days ago. So pretty soon after she went in, apparently, according to the priest.
So,
yeah.
She died casino, then bakery man.
I can't remember what the order was. Then also you can see, sort of looking. This is not nice. The reason why you won't be able to speak with dead, likely, is that you can see that her larynx was ripped out and her tongue was pulled from it. And you can see that there are multiple like slashing and piercing wounds on her body, similar to like the other ones
Can
you
I
found.
Ask a genuine question.
Yes.
How the fuck did you manage to write this? Because I know you're really squeamish. How did you write that sentence and then read it out completely calm?
Copy pasted Leia stuff.
I just stole James's notes.
James just turned Asher into a psychopath.
The only other thing I will say is because you rolled pretty high,
I think that was Lou.
so did Cassian.
Yeah.
You can tell that mainly that from some of the wounds, both Cassian and Simon can see this. There are slight discoloration, like a trace of poison.
Ah, poison. Okay. Is there does it look like this attack on this woman is a lot more brutal than other ones that we've seen, or is it about the same level of brutality?
I would say it's about the same. They're all different sort of not styles, but they're all sort of done slightly differently, but it's similar brutality level.
Yeah.
And from the detect magic from Maeve, you can see not much in this room appears to be magical. You get 2 magical pings. One magical ping. Sorry, I was going to say 2. One of them being from the shard, but you can find that easily. So yeah, you would get one from on this table from this dagger, and you would get one from on the altar next to where she is, and then you'd get one on the table from a small black bit of metal that appears to be one of those shards.
Can I have a closer look at the dagger?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna squat down and really look at it.
Mm-hmm. The dagger, it's like
Get your squat scene.
Yeah,
Do you need
it's
a check?
No, I would say not. You can
Just athletics check for how well you can squat.
Yeah.
Deal.
No. So you can see that the dagger is like a black metal, similar to the metal of the Dark Shard amulet. It's got a red leather handle, like a wrapped leather handle. And I have an image for it. I'll just do that.
That's a pretty good, yeah.
In the Roll20, that's what dagger is. Basically, it's not. I mean, that's just the image I found.
Could it be the killer's knife? I don't know.
Maybe. But you can tell that the item is magical.
I found a murder weapon.
You can tell it is magical. I don't know what the score would be because it is a magic item. But I would actually probably say some version of there'd be a bit of evocation and a bit of necromancy. I would say.
Can I make a religion check to see if black daggers have a significant meaning, in religion, or
I don't
an
think
idea
there's
associated with them?
I don't think there's a check necessary. I think it's just made of that same blackened metal as the Dark Shard amulet. It's probably made of a similar thing. The only other things I'll mention, because I would say you have to make checks, but I think between a few of you, your passives are high enough to get most things. So Archon, you do recognize that the entrance and exit that you saw is this small one here. That small triangle at the back of the room. You can also, just generally from a few of you, you can see that next to that Dark Shard piece, there is a bit of parchment. That is written in a scratchy brown red hand, like ink.
Ink.
There, I can't tell you anything more than that yet. And I think that's about it with all the stuff. So, parchment back there and things like that.
One thing I want to ask. Around the body, is there any scorch marks potentially from a flaming scimitar that we've seen in a couple of the places, but not in all of the places?
I would say no, you don't see any.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if she's positioned in a way, or a religion check, see if she's positioned in a way as for a sacrifice?
I don't even think you need a check here. I think just from the way it's laid out, you can see that there was 2 holes in this altar, where her hands are. That there's blood around that, a decent amount of blood around that. And you can see that blood is trickling into that pool in the middle of the room.
Archon isn't going to get super close to this. He doesn't really want to. It's gross, and he's going to sit over here.
What's the note say? If I go to read it.
Yeah.
Why is there 2 slabs?
Why is there 2 slabs?
He's cast mirror image.
He's I
don't know. I didn't put. I only put 1 down. I put
Oh, maybe.
Oh no, it's a
Meanwhile-
trickery domain cleric.
Oh,
He's
that one.
using
Okay.
Channel Divinity.
Ability.
I can control both.
Is there a fucking doppelganger in this room?
I will send you the.
Not
Rig
again.
is here.
I'll put the note in general for you guys to read aloud. One of you to read out
A
loud.
doppelganger was disguised itself as my mother,
I
but she
asked-
couldn't handle the chili, so I knew it was a fake.
I asked the priest who I was. She looked at me like I was crazy. I asked again, and she looked like she was about to scream. I don't know what happened. I saw the terror on her face, and it terrified me. My hand moved, and I started stabbing. I'm sorry. I don't know what I am. I feel like I'm lost. I see things, feel things, know things. I just want to be free. I'm sure my sister will understand, but I don't know where she is or who she is. I wonder if she is forsaken like me. I hope she loves me. I want someone who understands me, a friend, or even someone who can tell me who I am. I thought the paladin could tell me. Surely all paladins know each other, right?
Yeah, everyone knows that.
So they're a paladin.
No, they were asking a paladin. I believe that's Oliver.
Yeah,
referring
but
to.
Yeah, but
surely
they said
all paladins
all
know
paladins
each other.
know each other. Right.
Maybe
So
in
they're a
Well, I think the
Breaker
paladins
or
are
Suicide?
person.
Yeah.
A couple of
Okay.
questions that
Tyranno,
Artron has.
can I do a religion check to see if maybe Oathbreaker paladins like lose something when they break their oath? Like apart from the powers and stuff like that?
I would say just as a cleric you would know that. When a paladin breaks their oath, it's not as simple as, oh, I'm an oathbreaker now. It's like a full transition. That person would usually lose the connection innately that they had to that divine power, their word, things like that. And it would they wouldn't physically lose a part of themselves, but I think emotionally and spiritually they would change and probably go into not all of them, go into this depressive state before finding purpose again or embracing that oathbreaker-ness.
Can I tell when reading that? Is it actually written in red ink or is it actually written in blood?
It looks like it's written in blood.
Yeah, I do it. Gross.
I have a couple of
wet
questions.
Or is it dried?
It's
Probably
looks dry.
dried.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's
If
dried.
it's brown,
but,
it's oxidized and dried.
I have reasons to believe we are dealing with an Oathbreaker.
Because of the mention of the paladin?
No, because when you break your oath, you don't just you lose something of yourself, and in this case, it might have been memories.
Can I ask, out of context as well? As in,
Mhm.
you know how you say oath breakers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I sort of get the general gist, but I mean, can they have an oath where they are basically a dick to
That's essentially the oathbreaker.
No. But
Yeah,
what I mean,
there's also I read the Conquest Paladin as can be quite a dick sometimes.
Yeah, there are
That can be quite an evil
oaths.
one.
I mean, a paladin.
Yeah, it's in official writing too. Can be quite a dick sometimes.
Yeah, a paladin gets their oath from their word. Their word can be anything.
that's what I mean. As in,
If
justifies murder.
Yeah,
I think if a paladin makes an oath and truly believes in their heart of hearts that what they're doing is following their oath, they won't become an oathbreaker.
yes.
That's what I'm trying to say, because it's it's
You got
probably an
vengeance,
oathbreaker.
conquest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those ones could definitely be seen as negative and more evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so I could say it's possibly an oathbreaker, but it might not be.
There is also something to be. There is something to be said. It sounds like whoever wrote this transformed. The note says that they asked the priest, and then the priest looked at them and was terrified and screamed out, and it scared them. It sounds like they became someone else, like physically, not just mentally.
Well, they mentioned that their hands took over, so I can't be sure, but Cassian had a similar thing with the claws.
This honestly sounds like maybe a split personality or perhaps a curse of some kind. Can I do a religion check on the blood thing to say if maybe I can discern the reason or maybe its origins, like from what type of religion this might have come from?
Yeah. I'll say make me a religion check.
Excellent. Guidance. Natural one, doesn't matter. I'm so angry.
You're like, yeah, it's blood, all right.
Yeah, the blood is looking pretty bloody.
Should I use a hero point?
Can if you want to.
Sure.
I would say, don't waste it. There's not that much information to be gone from.
God has told me not to use a hero point. So
you finally had your conversation with Celeste.
I fucking wish.
Don't do it. You stupid bitch. Yeah, the priest is like fully just like, what the fuck? And is like staring at the ground, doing his best not to look, and is just very much overwhelmed.
I can't look at the body. I can't look at the pool of blood. I can't look at anything.
I recognize that guy.
What guy?
That guy.
That's
the
Jimmy.
Priest guy.
From?
Schmitty.
I just grabbed a random token.
Or did
obviously
you?
out of game, I thought you used that token in the one-shot thing that we did.
I probably did, but it's just the token.
Cool.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of letters here by the table. Can I just begin to read through them to see if they maybe have something of importance?
They're like, you can tell most of them are like just like prayer rites to Ophena. Like they're just like normal.
Are they written in common or celestial?
They're written in probably a mix of common, Marquesian, celestial, and primordial. And just like various like prayer rites, things that like.
What a coincidence! I speak all those languages.
Well, there you go. Just like
Did
prayer,
I write these?
prayer rites to Ophena, things like that. Nothing to.
I would never pray to Ophena.
I have a
Deep
weird
tier
question.
Wow.
I have a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Is her stockpile of food that she was using while she was praying, is that still here or has that been stolen? Has this person also stolen the food as well? Like, is he using the food stores here to like sustain themselves potentially? Or...
You like look and you can see there's like these like the barrels and the crates and stuff. There appears to be some like food, but like some of it does appear to be gone. Like they've had some and left, but nothing not too much.
That weirdly does actually mean they can eat. It means they have to eat. It means they need sustenance. They can't just keep going and going and going.
Oh, I thought you were just like raging because they took all the mystery meat.
Not this time. I actually had a reason to look.
The
bread actually really filled me up the carbohydrates in that thing.
So what you're saying is, it's definitely not an undead transformation.
Yeah, exactly.
Archeron, is the dagger the final piece, or is your jar thing still moving?
It's the shard on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we should join them together. No, don't join them together. It's very clearly these things have been left to get as like a calling card.
You can tell just by that piece of the shard. It's like an eighth of it, so you have one small like eighth left. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think we should complete it. We are being dragged through a funhouse mirror of gore.
Yeah, this is
horror.
I just wanted to make sure. Oh,
It looks like breadcrumbs.
Yes, Smitty has I'm just going to take him outside and make sure he's gets a cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm just going to gently take him out the room. And then punch him.
If I
Cass is going to
like knee him in the back of the arse.
You bitch!
nerd.
He casts like flame strike.
fucking Odieller, that shit.
Oh god.
If I were to now, I know Archon kept them in like a mason jar with like water to sort of bounce around. But if I were to sort of hold it in my hand, does it like if I were to hold it lightly in it with both hands so it can't like get out, can I feel it bouncing around in my hand for this last very, 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 very tiny piece? Or
when you're like, I'll say make me, I'll say investigation or perception.
Perception, because it's better. Because I'm a moron, and that's a nat 20.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
I feel bad for my answer now.
It's fine.
So you
you
hold it in your hands, and so it mainly, I'll say mainly, when you like get to anywhere near Archon, it's like, not forcefully, but it's like definitely want to go towards Archon, because he has like a quarter, three quarters of it. You cannot feel another movement, even with a nat 20, and that's not because like you didn't roll high enough, you can just tell you can't feel it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Shouldn't we put all the pieces together and see where it's tugging after that?
I mean,
I genuinely don't think it's
Archon comes back in.
sensible. Yeah, I come back in. So the reason I don't think we should bring them all together is we're being led on this merry dance.
Yeah, but
being
it's
shown all these
one piece
wonderful
left
pieces.
at least.
Yes, but if they're being eked out like this, clearly the killer wants all the pieces together. So when we bring them together, there's probably something that's going to happen. I don't know what that could be. The item itself isn't intrinsically powerful or magical. It's magical, but not so much that I'd normally worry about it. But I'm concerned that we are being presented a very obvious path to walk down.
But to be fair, if we know we're being lured into a trap, we can prepare for it.
But we don't know,
how
what
the
much
trap is.
Longer this path is.
You just walk off.
I could
says Victoria.
Keep them together, like perhaps near each other. Perhaps one moment. Is there anything in this room like in this mason jar? I'm looking to bake. In fact, fuck it, I've got an alchemy kit. There'll be like something in there that I can keep, like one jar with water in it. Divide it like a mesh between the two, so they'll be close but not quite touching. I'll do that.
Before you do that, just out of curiosity, if I don't want to actually snap it, right? I want to just put some pressure on it to see if I can, if I wanted to, could I snap it? Essentially, kind of like how it has already been shattered, or did they have to use something special for that? Like, if I were to just use my own strength, would I be able to snap it? Like, do I feel any sort of does it feel brittle enough to do that?
I would say, I'm not going to make you roll the check. If you were to try and do this, you you can usually feel when something has give or will break.
Exactly.
You don't feel anything. It's like a solid chunk of metal. This is not moving. Okay. It would take maybe if someone was very strong, they could, but this is not something that probably any of you could do naturally.
Yeah.
Well, in section.
I'll give the piece to Archon to separate into whatever he wants to separate it into.
My only concern is that if those pieces aren't together, is it going to lead us to the last one?
Well, this is why if we put them in the same jar, they may touch but not quite join up, and then we might be able to still use them as the divining rod we've been able to. But the knife, you mentioned it was made out of a similar metal. I could identify the knife and see what that is. Perhaps that is another thing we could use to point us to the end of this.
I don't have it prepared today, but I could cast remove curse on it tomorrow. Maybe that will interrupt whatever thing is.
Do we know it's cursed though?
What
I don't know.
The shard. The shard isn't cursed. The shard.
No, I meant
is
the
a-
dagger.
the dagger.
Well, I have no idea what's
The
going on
main
with the dagger.
thing is, do we know if this dagger belonged to this lady or if it belonged to the killer?
It's called.
Because
Oh, we don't know. It's called the killer's knife. It doesn't have the aesthetic of a Ophenian worshipper.
no, and what concerns me is none of the other bodies had weapons near them.
But
Well, that's
if
why
you
I was
recall-
curious if it was like a bit more brutal.
Yeah,
And none
well,
of
if you
the other
recall
bodies seemed to have weapons used. It was claws and things.
Well,
Oh,
there was the
had-
flaming scimitar, and the killer has been in and out of this room a number of times.
Mm.
So
This could have been
they
his.
could-
This could have been one of the first. Well,
Does
not
this
first,
dagger
but-
look like singed? Like it was on
Singed and
fire at some point.
Burned? No.
See, I don't think this belongs to the killer.
Here's a question, right? Archon doesn't want to look, but we need to know how long has this person been dead?
I said it. I think I said it
It's
before.
about
It's
48 hours.
about 40 hours.
Okay,
They'd start to stink.
so they've been back since.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because they know this place is undisturbed and they can just grab the food stores. Like I said, they need food to sustain themselves.
Maybe it would be
Did
worth...
we
Mm.
did we establish if speak with that was an option or not with this
No,
body?
it's not an option.
Yeah,
the,
no,
bo-
it's
the body's
not.
been
The-
fucked up.
It might be worth
Yeah.
setting a
It's been
trap.
destroyed.
I don't think they'll be back now that Smitty has gone, because they will want to perform funeral rites on Marina,
Yeah.
which is fair.
But I doubt that they're running around the city telling everybody.
No,
So-
but they. If I were them, and I was doing this, and I've been kind of on a bit of a spree, killing everyone every couple hours, maybe even like the most recent one was like between 24 and 12 hours. Like, I would be keeping eyes around the city. Maybe
Yeah.
they even already know we're here. And
As you say that, Archon's eyes are going to go wide, and he's going to slap his forehead, like, what a fucking idiot have I been, and run out the room, and he's going to yell, "Don't follow me."
Wait, what
okay.
Oh,
Oh, he's doing a loo.
No, he's not.
Maeve, you know him better than we do. That
Yes, don't
anyone knows him
follow
better than I do. Should we follow?
No.
No, so
No, just-
about like 10-15 seconds later of Archon sprinting, it doesn't matter who, probably Maeve would get, or Maeve or Drax, because I have to use a 4th level slot to do this. You're going to get the spell Sending to you, and Archon's going to say, if we can track him using the shard, he can track me with a shard.
Oh.
Archeron has run out. Sent a message to either Drac or Maeve. Tell me which ones they can
Well,
answer back.
yeah, it's gonna have to be. You're gonna have to pick one of us.
Flip a
Probably
coin.
Drac.
You bitch.
Because
you knew I'd tell you off.
Drac, you got that message in your head. Do you respond in any way?
Yeah, maybe not run away on your own, because that's a way to get killed.
Or worse?
Yeah, expelled.
From live.
Or worse, he just cuts off there because.
Or worse.
Or worse, execute.
Wait, didn't he already use all of his like high level spells for sending as well?
He's used like the mid-level ones.
So
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
using
tell
4th level for
everyone
sending,
in the
that's
room
not
a good
sign.
about that.
Sorry?
I'm gonna tell everyone
Uh-huh.
in the room about that. Why he ran away?
Oh, that's
About
Very
3.5
foolish.
minutes later, Archeron like crawls through this hole, like, dripping with sweat. Like, okay, sorry, I realised that the jar, if we can track the killer, he can, but he, they, she, it can track the jar too.
Do you want some
so-
water before you continue?
No, I'm
Sure,
fine.
there's
It's
some
just-
water in this room.
No, I don't want to eat. Or
I don't
drink anything
think you
from in here,
want
thank
that
you.
water,
Yeah.
though.
So I don't know why I came back in here. I should have gone back out into the hallway. I've given the jar to Porridge, and he's going to fly around the city. I keep moving, and then at certain points he's going to settle for a while to see in a place nearby where we can have a view as to what's happening. So if someone's after the shard or tracking it, we can perhaps see. But I
Did
thought
you keep one of them? The one that we had separate, did you at least keep
No.
one of them? No, okay.
But then
No
we
worries.
have no idea where we are supposed to look.
Yes, because I can
That's
talk to
fine.
Porridge.
Oh, yeah.
Porridge can still tell
What
me. it's fine.
happens? What happens if Porridge gets
Smited.
captured?
He's,
I
he's
wasn't
a
gonna
bird.
say that.
He's flying from tree to tree, so he's going to be difficult to
Oh,
spot.
all the desert trees that are around here.
Well, I mean, like from roof to roof, rooftop
Yeah.
to rooftop, palm trees, asshole.
Oh, he's a bit like an assassin.
And but
Surely you didn't just call
we'll
God an asshole.
we'll move regularly, and it didn't even occur to me that anything would happen to my sweet boy.
My boy.
My boy.
If
However,
the assassin was approaching, would you be able to tell?
how do you mean?
If
Like,
the assassin was
here?
approaching Porridge, would you
No,
be able
mine-
to tell?
You say that he might be tracking us the same way we are tracking the shards. That means that he has one.
At least
Yeah, he
one
probably
The
shot.
asset
has,
on them.
like, the
So
last-
we
Yeah,
should
so
be able
a
to
very,
tell
very
if
tiny
they are
sliver.
approaching.
No, it. Perhaps the pull would get stronger because I'm not physically touching it. It's in jar of water. It's mainly directional. I suppose Porridge. I could instruct him to like try to triangulate, but he has to be within a certain distance of me to be able to give me the information. So that might not be super useful. But he Porridge is out for a brief second, comes back and says Porridge is going to fly around the city and try to see if he can pick up any other shards.
In hell, Jesus.
We okay?
Sorry, what?
Sorry. I live next door to a pub. That pub is the hangout for Hell's
Bikers.
Angel biker gang.
Oh
Not
wow.
Hell's Angels, outlaws. They're the outlaws, and one of them
They're
just
the
went
two.
speeding down the marketplace, revving the engine. It just
God.
came straight through my headphones. Just fucking shit me up.
They're looking for
Kill her.
John Marston and a Marveland guy.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that.
You should be.
Yeah, how dare you react in any sort of way to the real world?
How dare you have a natural human reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
Feel
not
bad
exist
for
virtually in a
yourself.
D&D world?
I don't have any spells that I can set up that would be like a trap. Does anybody else have any trap sort of spells, like alarm or something?
I
Yeah.
don't have any trap spells. This is gonna sound weird. I might be able to set up a basic,
Like a snare.
like snare, yeah, like a basic ass trap.
It might be
I'll have
magical,
alarm.
but-
Right,
on it.
Artron, I need you to alarm the window so that we know if somebody comes in or out of it. And
Do you mean this
Sidon-
triangle thing? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Rogers came through. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sidon, try the snare thing.
Okay,
Because-
let me just check my inventory for things that can make a snare. I have
String.
rope. I have rope.
Does anyone have 1,000 ball bearings?
Mm.
Me. I'm a
They just
Well,
walk
well,
in
well,
and
get
fucking
that
cartoon
started.
character like.
So this we haven't investigated. I don't really like looking at it, but this ritual, this
Have you?
sacrifice.
Has anyone looked at the dagger, by the way? I know.
I can. I will identify it. Like it's
Okay.
not. super
Well,
high on
I
my
tried
priorities.
to religion
I'm
check
just
on the
wondering.
dagger.
No, yeah, I was trying to identify just so I can
Um,
send it and delete the thing from my thing. That's fine.
okay,
Yeah.
so
And
I
I
will
attempt-
identify and then alarm. I just need. I think it's a minute for identifying, isn't it? It's not long.
I think if you
A
use the
minute or
spell
10?
slot, it's
I don't have it prepared. It's just
it'd be 10 then.
yeah, 10,
Oh,
10
yeah,
minutes, and then
ritual
another
10
10
minutes.
minutes
You're
for
not
alarm.
going anywhere. As long as you cast alarm on the window first.
Yeah, okay. So we spend 10 minutes, and I cast alarm like in the like the entranceway here,
Mhm.
but it's the psychic one, the one that alerts me rather than
Yes.
the noise.
So
There's
what
This isn't a joke, by the way. In my inventory as a starting item, I think it is from my background. I do genuinely have a hunting trap.
No, oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow!
From the
Why?
like the
Outlander,
outlaw or something. One of the
Outlander.
Outlander.
Outlander background.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to say,
also
if we were
gonna-
hiding, I do have entangle if need be.
No, this is going to take Archer a little while. He won't.
Mhm.
He's going to convince her not to put down the hunting trap. He's going to cast alarm kind of midway through the entranceway, and just before the entranceway, he's going to cast magic mouth.
I see. Okay.
So basically, it's like a delayed sending to someone who sets off a certain
I thought magic mouth triggers a word or like a sentence on its
25 words or less.
On its point though, no?
Yeah. So basically, what I'm going to do is set up a magic mouth for a message for the killer.
Okay.
Yeah. But so it's going to take me 10 minutes to alarm and then 10 minutes to cast it. So in those 20 minutes, guys, when you think of a message, we want to send of 25 words.
What I will say, this isn't too important. Well, it kind of is, but not like too necessary. While you're all like scattering around, setting up traps, deciding what the fuck you're gonna do, most of you like Samael's still like looking around, investigating because I can't be bothered. And Victoria is like helping with the traps and things like that because she's like pretty handy with that sort of stuff. Cassian's also helping. I don't know. But Bryn, who has been pretty quiet and or drunk for the last 2 days.
Weeks.
It's only been just over 20.
Bryn is a paladin, correct?
Bryn is a paladin. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say is that while you're all like running around and stuff like that, she's looking at this like pool of blood, and she is like looking occasionally up at the altar with the woman on it, and she has like her that's fine. She has her sword sort of down like with the point just by the ground, and she's like kneeling slightly, and she's muttering to herself.
Can I make an insight to see? Because I'm near to it. Can I try to figure out?
Well, you can just listen. She's just like muttering. She's just like speaking quietly. If you don't know, check necessary. If you're just like looking and like listening rather than running around, you will hear what they're saying.
I am the killer. I am the killer.
I'm gonna kill you all. I'm the Oathbreaker. No. You hear Bryn muttering, "These people, they don't deserve this. Why is this happening? Not again. This person needs to be liberated, whoever they are, whatever they are. I vow they will be liberated, whether it is by death, imprisonment, or by redemption, anything. I like
Can I
pauses.
go over
Yeah?
and like put a comforting hand on their shoulder and just like get down again, squatting, squat down to their level, and just be like, "Is everything okay?"
You see, they like are looking at you, but looking through you, if that makes sense. And
You're gonna make an oath.
Yeah, and just continue by saying, and though I believe they are irredeemable, let these words guide my hand and guide my blade. And you see and feel Bryn begin to like radiate this divine energy from like giving herself a new oath, because she wasn't technically an oath breaker, but she didn't have one. It was just like a no level like a no subclass paladin, and you feel this energy as you're like looking at them, and you see like the breath go in and feel this like palpable aura around them as they take their oath.
Level up.
What was? Do we know? I'm assuming vengeance, but
no, I was a homebrew one
Uh-huh.
because I couldn't find one that I liked.
I'm gonna stand and like hold out a hand to help them all.
They like take your hand and stand.
That letter that we found next to the corpse, where is it?
I mean, unless
I left it on the
unless
table.
someone's taking it, it's still
I
on
read
the
it
table,
out.
yeah.
Okay, I want to look at it again, and I'm wondering if I can make a check for this, because I want to figure out the wording at the end of it. Because I don't know if... Because when I first read it, I thought that the person writing it was a paladin, but I think somebody mentioned that the sister could be a paladin.
Yeah.
So, is there some sort of check that I
Who
can
is moving?
It's the biker gang. They found.
No!
I found you, run.
Like, check that I can make to, like, try and discern the panicky, sketchy vocabulary in this?
I will say, if you want to make me I think the two would either be like an investigation or an insight. Investigation to be like, in a moment of panic, what is the wording? How was it worded? How you think this person would do? And an insight would be like, specifically looking at this person you don't know their thought process. Why is they written it like this? Things like that. They'd both give you the same answer if you roll high enough. Someone give you guidance. Oh, I tried.
I'm gonna show it to Cassian and ask Cassian to glance over it. And we'll see what Cassian sees. If he rolls well.
His insight's alright.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you have there? Guidance.
His insight's fine. My rolling is awful.
His insight
is
guidance. His insight is
guidance.
His insight is a +5, guidance. So it's 8 plus a d4.
Oh wait, do I just do the d4 for that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've rolled again because I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's sad that roll was
11.
11.
11. Let me just double check something.
Because apparently it's +5.
Yeah, his insight's a +5. I just went to look. So with an 11, I would say it's very difficult because you don't know this person at all, and by the way it's worded, it's like they're insane. But your guess, just by the way that it's worded, like the small paragraph before is speaking about this person's sister, or someone who can tell them who they are, and then the next thing is about a paladin. So just by what you think, obviously nothing concrete, but probably talking about someone else being a paladin, not the writer.
I'm gonna ask Bryn if they know any other paladins in the
paladins
area.
know each other, right?
Can I
women.
also roll history for that? If I know any paladins?
Yeah. I guess. Sorry.
So I'm gonna ask 2 questions. The first question is, do you know any female paladins in local to Pyra? 2, do you have any siblings?
Okay. Casper the 5? No. You don't know. I mean, you know a couple paladins.
What the hell are paladins?
Casper the 5?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, hey, Bryn's a paladin. You've heard that Oliver's a paladin. That's kind of it. Paladins? I don't know. So asking Bryn whether they know any other paladins are in Pyre. You probably ask Victoria that as well.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they don't know. I mean, obviously, not everyone has a class, but the only one that comes, I guess only 2 comes to their mind is Oliver and Bryn. You could go to the Temple District. I mean, in the Temple District, and probably find paladins. It wouldn't be too difficult, but I don't think.
I'm just trying to piece together bit by bit of what I actually know. So I know that Bryn was here before they went to the Fae.
Yeah.
With Oliver,
Victoria, and I think his name was Aldrich. Top of my head.
Yeah. So they were all here together before, and you said that they were in the Fae for how long?
Oh god.
About a year and a half, I think you said.
Let me double check. Bryn. Oh god. Oh god, I don't actually have it written down. Sorry, keep going.
So no, and then I'm looking back because I'm thinking, obviously we were told that story about the orphanage that was burnt down, and we're suspecting that that's the same person, right?
Well, the orphanage wasn't burned down. The orphanage was people were killed in the orphanage.
Oh, okay. So when that was what? I think you said that was 8 years ago. Or am I making that up?
Oh god, I
just no.
Oh. James, do you have it in your notes? I don't remember.
Do you remember where the orphanage was?
The orphanage was in Arzetus. I know that. Yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember the.
It was 11 years ago.
11. Thank you.
Okay. How old is Bryn?
Bryn is 28.
And she was in the Feywild for an undeterminate amount of time.
I'm trying to find it, but I can't.
I think when I asked you, you said it was about a year and a half.
of her time in the Feywild, but that
yeah.
doesn't translate to a year and a half in real time.
Yeah, could be.
Actually, something I was
Indeterminate.
I was going to ask. Right, we've had we've got suspicions that the assassin might be a changeling, and we know Feywild time is weird.
No,
is it possible?
It's not no. It's not a changeling. It's almost certainly someone with the ability to change what they look like, probably because it's a warlock. This is someone who's made a hat, so it's masking many faces.
Masking many faces.
Yeah, probably.
This is the running theory that I have. We don't know how old the person is who's doing all the killing. So what if, and this is just a theory, what if the person whose sibling it is, because where was Bryn from? Because Bryn knew my father.
Bryn was from... I think it was Tharios. I will just quickly double check.
Another character from Mattel.
That's why you weren't hanging around with her when she first introduced herself.
Yeah.
She was
Bryn was not from Tharios. Sorry, I have it in my notes.
Bryn lies. Get rid.
Bryn was from Alzetus.
Right. Okay. So in my brain, there is a possibility that Bryn has a sibling that was in an orphanage. Maybe when they were in the orphanage as a child, they went crazy and killed everybody and escaped and went looking for their sister. And now they've tracked their sister, who possibly could be Bryn, to Pyra, because that was the last place they were seen.
No, because Bryn wasn't in Pyra last time.
Bryn was
and she was in the Feywild. Before
and the
last
time she came here was to investigate these murders. Last time,
Yeah.
this is a resurgence of murders that she previously investigated.
Right.
Yeah.
Bryn would say, I don't have any siblings
that you know of.
that I know of. No,
Are your parents
what we
still alive?
could do is
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Bryn says, sorry, I'm reading through my notes of Bryn. I know both their parents, both of their parents are alive. I'm just trying to remember if they're together.
I only need to speak to the mum.
That's true.
Where is Alzetus?
Alzetus is. I'll show the world map. It is above Tharios. It's in Arcadia. Hold on.
So it is Arcadia.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just above.
So it's not like it's not like she was born like. Okay, cool.
And
so it's not like she was born here and moved
orphanage?
to Arcadia.
There, same place.
And she's how old?
28.
28.
So 8 years ago would have been 20.
11 years ago.
11 years ago, okay.
17, yeah.
I don't know, guys.
We don't know how long she was in the Feywild for in our time. That's the other key thing. We can find out. Victoria, when was the last time you saw Bryn? How many years ago?
Actually, I think we did ask her that. I think we did ask her that.
Bryn and Victoria haven't seen. Victoria hasn't seen Bryn for 3 years.
3 years. But were they together? Were they together before Bryn? Like after? Did Bryn get transported?
So I'll run down the story that I have for Bryn. When Bryn was 24, her and Aldrich, both members of the juniors in the Verdant Shield, came down. Down here to follow the murders, which did start in Arcadia. In Arcadia.
They started in Arcadia and came down. Okay.
And then. While they were here, they met Oliver and Victoria. And then when Bryn was 24, so about a year after, it came down 23, 24 when they left. Is that right? No, I think I'm wrong. I apologize. 25. Sorry, my notes are really weird. 25 when she left, because Bryn and Aldrich left because there was just no information, like they couldn't find any more.
And
the murders stopped. And then a year after that, Bryn and Aldrich were on a mission in the Spellbound Woodland, where Aldrich died and Bryn ran away, which soon after that is when she went into the Feywild. Defiled, which would have been 20. She would have been 26 at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anywhere
about
between
a year and a half, and
year and a
2
half,
years.
2. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's right.
I still think I could be right about the orphan thing. I don't know though. Like it could be that the person who killed everybody in the orphanage was
Now
one of the
we've
orphans.
been Bryn's mentioned this person as an assassin. Do we know if that is actually accurate?
In
Do
what
we
way?
know if this person is paid to kill specific targets, or is it just a serial killer that
No,
is
but it could be a warlock
has its-
deal.
Yeah, like being
Someone who has made a
Yeah.
deal to kill.
Yeah.
Like
Very shitty deal.
assassin is a
Yeah.
very loose term in this case because they don't know.
It could be
Yeah.
both a warlock and a paladin. I've heard of people, being
I'm
both.
quite convinced that the paladin they're referring to is the sister, but I'm not sure. But it's
It's
James,
Victoria.
I did send you the dagger.
I
you
still
did, sorry, yeah.
have,
So I was more
I still have the divination if we want to use
Jesus.
that. But I don't know
disassociating
what
like crazy there. I was.
question we could do. We could ask. That would be, useful.
Is this one of you? Oh, it is one of yours. Okay.
Yeah.
the only reason I ask is there a paladin in the city is because it seems as though this person has come here specifically to find their sister, or they are specifically looking for their sister, and now they've just happened to be in Pyra and they're going around asking questions and killing people who don't have the right answers.
Well, an interesting thing about this note in the first line, I asked the priest who I was. She looked at me like I was crazy. I asked again, and she looked like she was about to scream. This kind of tells me that this person had a complete and utter dissociation right here in the room. Like they were here as a person, like fully conscious and fully sane, and then out of nowhere it sounds like a switch flipped, and that's why the priest looked at her like she was crazy, because all of a sudden she's now asking who she was.
It could also be interpreted that
then
the
there's
priest
like a physical
recognized her.
Yeah, but then there's the physical transformation where it looks like the priest is about to scream and like she had terror on her face.
Yeah, so if they do have like a warlock mask of many faces thing and they went in appearing as somebody that the priest knew and then dropped that and appeared as they actually do, that could be the trigger between the two things. But again, I don't know.
No, I don't. We haven't got enough information.
No.
We've only found a couple of murder scenes.
I need to get the Charlie Day fucking...
Pepe Sylvia again.
Yeah.
I could do divination. When is the next murder going to be, or where?
When is a bit too
Yeah.
vague.
How?
And
well,
we don't.
if it
And
was
hopefully
there-
we don't. Like we could do things to stop it from being a murder.
And like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
But
I will say
where the
is,
next murder is going to take place is a good question.
what I will say is, divination is obviously you commune with a god to learn information that is known to the god. If you ask a question that the god doesn't know, they can't give you an answer.
Where
and the
is
other thing I'll
person who
say,
took this woman's life might be a good.
No,
Your-
it is an event that's going to take place within 7 days, so I can't
Yes.
go
Your
into the past.
magic
yeah, the
and
other
an off-term function.
the other thing is obviously the godly forces. This is just like a sort of world thing. The godly forces are obviously, especially Solicitor in this case, a very ordered thing, and you guys know that this person is demonic in nature, which is chaos, like incarnate. So if it's a question like where or why or how, it might not work because they are complete opposite forces.
You know what's very funny is it says in divination, your magic and offering puts you in contact with a god or a god's servant. If Solicitor just wanted to, she could just sort of go, pass it down to Neve, and Neve can pass it down to me.
Oh, imagine, Simon, you get a vision. Tell her.
What am I meant to say?
What if we
That'd be
asked
fucking hilarious.
when will the person who killed this woman come back to this room?
We don't know.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
No, don't worry about that too much. I will know when they come back, and I've left them a message, so we can meet up if they want to. But in regards to the killer, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason. I've been examining this weapon. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to their attacks. From my time with the dagger, I believe they are. Well, no, I don't believe. I know that they're working for the Bloodstained Gorath. Why I say this, I'm looking at what's his name, Samael, to see if there's any reaction. A demon lord called Gorath the Bloodstained. My passive is not great though, so if they don't want to see, they only have to beat a 12.
I also make an.
Well, you're
active
actively looking, so I would argue a check.
Wait, why is that? No, weird. So wait, on the dice it said a 14, but it said 9.
Oh my god, why another 2? Why?
Samael does not, with a 9 check, Samael does not recognize the name and it's just listening.
Okay.
There's no discernible.
Yes. So Gorath is a demon lord of chaos, agony, chaos. There's no real way to predict how a follower or a warlock of Gorath would act. So I don't think there's any point in trying to predict what's going to happen next. So I made an executive decision, which we can not follow up on if you wish, but I've left a message. If the killer comes back here, I will know. And when they come through, they will. Yes, I was getting that. When they come through the tunnel, they will be invited to meet us in the back room of the Desert Rose 2 hours after the alarm goes off.
Are you sure they would comply? I don't think.
It's an invitation, not a demand. I also mentioned that I would bring the rest of the shard along.
I fucking love this plan. Archeron, me and you, we're starting to see eye to eye, Archeron, and I love it.
No, wait.
Sidon, I think that's because
not a
you're
good thing, though.
It's also we don't. So it's an invitation. We don't have to do it. I had to make a decision in a moment, and for reading the note, I don't think this person wants to be killing people. However,
there's
I
something
know
there
how
that.
Yeah, I know how they feel, or rather how it feels to have that, the control removed from you. And I've heard what you said, Bryn, that they should be punished. And yes, I agree. If they are, I think you're right. Yes, but I think that if we invite them to the Desert Road with the promise of the shard, we are all there. I think that the danger should be limited.
Yeah. No, I'm all for this plan.
I did. Now I regret it. I can remove it and leave a different message. It's not a spell slot. It's only 10 minutes.
I won't fight them. I think we need to we bring the ball into our court.
My only thing would be, I think it would be a better idea to lead them away from people.
Well, the reason I said the Desert Road is it's a public place. They would know that it would be a place to break bread, to have a discussion, perhaps.
Right, but considering the countless amount of bodies around the city, I don't think they're particularly bothered.
But if
they've been in private places. They've been in places that haven't been frequented. They knew this person was locked in here for 2 days. The man in the casino was in his bedroom, and the baker, Gordon Ramsay, whatever his name was, he was in his bakery, and Oliver, he was in an abandoned house.
And Samuel does add to that, and Faris was in his office.
Well, it seems I'm not going to change our mind, so could we at least find a middle ground? No, just Could we go to the Desert Rose and ask them to vacate the premises so that there aren't any casualties of innocents that are just simply there for a drink?
I just don't
That
think
is a
he's
good
gonna
idea.
show
I
up,
can also
but
change the
okay.
message. This is the decision that isn't finite. I can change the message.
I'm not
think-
against the idea. I just don't particularly want to drag people into it who are just innocent bystanders.
Well, the reason
Personally, I think it's a really good idea. I think
chose the
Go ahead.
Rose is that we know that whoever it is familiar with it, potentially has been there before, because of meeting Oliver. It is a public place.
It's also the back room as well, which we
private,
can rent
but
out.
public. Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully the bartender is giving to.
As he's saying this, he's like twisting his hands again, and he says, "I thought this was because if we suggest somewhere outside of the city, we don't know how familiar they are with it, and I thought, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think this is a genius idea. We need the ball in our court. We have nothing else to go on. We're just speculating here. If we can bring this person to a place where we can have a proper discussion and find out more information as a whole, that is probably the best bet. And like you said, it's public. They're not likely to attack random civilians on the street.
You don't know that.
Every other murder we've seen has been private and hidden away from
in
public
this
eye.
letter, and she's gonna like gesture to the blood fucking written letter, it literally says my hand moved and I started stabbing. It's not as though this person is deciding to kill people. It seems as though it's said it's being forced upon them.
Yeah, I feel like...
Which is why we can have the discussion.
But we don't. But this is what I'm saying. It's a good idea to meet them somewhere and have that middle ground and break bread or whatever you said. But we need to keep everybody around safe. That's my concern.
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but if we were to lower the amount of patrons in there, that actually does add more risk to us because it makes the
I don't care about risk to us. Not when there's.
We can defend ourselves.
Exactly.
Wait. What
I
if I
agree
change
with
it
Maeve
to
here.
the captain of Victoria's house? So Archer's like really worrying his shirt at this point. So I could easily change it. It's not set in stone.
It's a good place because, like Sidon said, it is a public place, and they'll feel more comfortable and less ambushed in a public place. I'm purely saying that the people who are in there need to not be there in case things do take a turn. I don't want to be responsible for countless lives being taken by some
What we
people who
maybe
kill themselves.
could do is,
I will.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I will say, since we're in the back room, if it looks like things are gonna go south, we can stop her before she or they dive in to randomly stabbing civilians. We can easily stop that. Hell, we could even just lock
We don't
the
know
door
what this
when they
person's
enter.
capable of. We've seen stabbings, slashings, poisonings.
This
woman
true.
has had her tongue ripped from her throat.
Yes, that is very
We
true.
don't know what this person is capable of.
We don't even know if they're gonna show, so...
Yeah, in response to that, I will say, every killing has been locked in reality. There is no magical powers apart from magical weapons used. We also know the person eats, probably sleeps, because
But we
of
also
the
know
missing food here.
From the shards that we've been finding, that this person is most likely a warlock. And from the clues that we've picked up, and what Artron said about the dagger, they're working for a demon, so we don't know what they're capable of.
Yeah, but I'm just... I agree we don't know what they're capable of magically, but from what I've seen, and from everything we know, they haven't cast spells.
That we know of.
Apart from the flaming scimitar.
The flaming scimitar could just be a magic item.
I will.
It's
I'll
got a rapier here.
I'm making a new message. I'm sorry. I'll make a new message.
No, Archon, it's fine. We can go with this plan. My thing is purely. Does anybody have like major illusion? We could pretend. We could make the image of people be the bar, the inn being full. We don't need people to be there. We can. I don't want to say trick because it sounds crass, but we could do something where these people will still be safe, because we can't guarantee if there are people in there and this person turns and starts attacking out of nowhere, we can't guarantee their safety. You see what I mean?
When did you start caring about civilians?
When did she stop?
Maeve's gonna slow blink at you.
Yeah, everyone.
Oh no, not the slow blink.
As that's happening, Samael says, "I agree with Maeve, and we might be able to get a scroll of major image from the Gilded Lotus if we ask nicely. I'm sure we can get that, if not for a lesser price."
I've got minor illusion. Take it or leave it.
It's not a spell that I've got, but it was one I could certainly like. There's no promise that they'll be back today.
There's no promise they would comply
back
to
at all.
the
Yeah,
request.
there's no promise they'll
also.
comply or listen. I didn't want. Okay, if this is the plan and people are happy, I think I didn't think about the people in the bar. I just thought that if it was me, that I'd want to talk to somebody who offered an understanding ear.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
I think it's a perfect plan.
I was going to look for approval from two people because it's getting approval from one person.
Yeah,
the person it's getting approval from isn't renowned for their strategical thinking.
I would actually argue that is 100% inaccurate. So strategical thinking.
Tactical thinking, yes. Strategical, no.
Samael does say, if it's a problem, we could always get filled the bar with guards.
Hopeful eyes. Yeah. I'm sure that what was his name? The barman who hates us.
Ross.
Ross. Gunther. Yeah. I'm sure he would appreciate, because guards drink a lot, right?
Well, I assume they probably wouldn't be drunk if they were waiting for someone. But if I agree, we shouldn't have a public space without letting people know, or protection. I think having guards is probably the best option, or an illusion.
If we can get a scroll of major illusion,
how are we even going to get the punters to leave?
Well, we have. We could just ask the guards. What was it, Captain Pencil?
Captain Jordan Penrose.
Yeah.
But I will remind you guys, you are seeing him later.
The problem is we don't know when this is going to happen.
You said 2 hours after the message, right? That should be more than enough time to go there and evacuate the premises.
That's why I gave the time. I didn't want it to be, now we have to rush, and I obviously didn't want to surprise you all with it.
I would also like to add is that if we are doing it with the captain, we need to do it discreetly and not like a force. Force. If
it looks like someone is setting up undercover agents and guards to get this person as they come in, they're way too smart for that. Another thing, like we said, we don't know what this person's capable of. They can easily just be able to see through an illusion.
My thoughts were, I left this message in good faith that the person, having read the letter, felt guilty for what they did, and they might want to talk to someone about it. And I know.
Think of it this way: this is their last chance for mercy, and if they don't take it...
Well, we've not said that. They
2 lines form a line, Archron, and that line points in a direction, be it good or bad.
Bad point.
Well, I would only say that you have, as a group, were kind enough to hear me out, and we also heard Cassian out, and at the time neither of us were in full control of what was happening to us, and this is a third person who seems to be carrying something on their back that takes control from them.
Affected by something they can't fully control, and it's making them
Yes.
violent.
Yes. And as I said, you were kind enough all to hear me out. I wasn't when we first met Cassian, and I regret that now. But I would hope that if this is something they can't control, they sound like they're asking for help. And if I can help them, then maybe someone can help me.
And if this person is beyond help?
Well, I'll just put them down. It's fine.
There's always got to be a drastic backup plan. No. Like, no joke.
As I said, if it came to it that I was not able to stop myself, I'd want to be stopped.
That's what I'm saying. As in, like,
yeah.
But if I can be helped, and if we can, we don't know. Archron's holding the dagger at this point. It's like, if they've made a deal to escape something and they didn't understand the scope of what they've been asked to do and are now forced to enact this chaos and this violence because of this one choice, then that is not fair. Perhaps there's a way we can get them out of it. If not, then he's looking at Bryn when he says this. Like, Bryn's obviously made like an oath to like fucking panhandle some clown.
Well, Bryn's oath
to be arrested or liberate them.
Bryn's oath was to
means.
liberate them in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means like arrested, death. It doesn't matter.
Whether they die, redeem themselves, or in prison.
Medical bills have to
redeem themselves is on the card. So
I'm going to assume as long as justice is served, it's Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Bryn.
I'm Bryn Man.
But again, I can change the message. I can remove it entirely if we want to try something else.
No, remove the message. It's a great idea.
It's basically a cantrip for me at this point. I'm sorry.
Victoria does say, I do think it's a good plan, even if we don't use the tavern. We know they could be there, and we know what to look out for, kind of. Or we know when to look out for.
I could even, if we can find a place to keep this shard safe, I can send Porridge to look. We don't even have to go there. We could just see what this person looks like. We know what they look like in their form when they attack people, but we don't know if they're invisible or...
Maeve's by the door, but when you say that, she's gonna like look over and she's gonna be like, "No, I think you're right. We need to talk with them. We should be there."
I didn't want to cause an argument. I thought I was okay, but if
it's not your fault, Archron. It's the usual. It's fine.
Yeah, and Cassian does say, "I don't think that was an argument. I think that was a fair discussion from multiple points."
They do like.
Yeah, but then I say something that I regret because I don't think before I speak.
We're
Yeah,
used
but
to that.
that's on you. That's not an
I'm used to
argument.
that, which is weird.
I love that Jack just said that's a you problem, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
at least
time-
you're reflecting side.
Well, we have to listen to him, so maybe it's an us problem too.
It's about
I
5:30.
think
Okay.
Maeve's gonna.
She. I mean, it's obvious she's big mad with Sidon. Fuck you, Sidon.
I'm a little bit.
When is he not?
too, actually. in that.
Well, to be fair, this one, he's legitimately like directly went like, "I thought you were a bitch."
Yeah.
He's literally just said, "Wait,
That's what
you
I mean.
care about other people?"
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. As in,
Yeah,
like,
you
yeah.
care about
the-
innocent lives not being
Right? That was so
extinguished because
mean.
of our own actions.
Anyway, she's gonna walk straight up to Archer and she's gonna like put a hand on his shoulder and she's gonna say, "You should trust your instinct more. It was a good plan, and I'm grateful that you are here and were able to come up with it, because otherwise we'd probably be running around like headless chickens. Don't doubt it. It was a good idea. I'm purely worried about people around, but we can come up with something like Bryn and what's the fucking white-haired person called?
Samael.
Samael
Well, Victoria.
and Victoria.
Having said that, please don't run away again without.
Oh, no, it was just to
telling
get
us.
rid of the shard, to give it to Porridge. I didn't want to run away, and I kind of regret spending my last good spell slot on sending when I was back like 3 minutes later. But it's fine. I could do with a maybe whilst we're eating, I'll rest up and get arcane recovery. Or what would be great is if
Well,
I
again,
got the major image now, and then the guy came tomorrow, and then I had time to.
Well,
you
this
know.
is the thing. We don't know if or when this person will come back, so we don't know. We probably have time.
If
Yeah.
let's say hypothetically, if you're sleeping, do you get woken up by the
I would.
notification that the
Yes.
spell triggered?
I would.
It only
and
lasts
Of course, I would let
8
you all
hours,
know.
right?
I think it lasts indefinitely.
I
at least it lasts for a
actually would
while.
need to check. Let me just double check.
I
Pretty
think
sure alarm
alarms
lasts 8 hours.
last
Until
8
dispelled,
hours.
until it goes
Until
off.
dispelled,
I can just
Oh,
remove
shit.
like. Yeah, so like when Archon says he can chop it or get rid of it and change it, it just takes 10 minutes of his time to change it.
I
And
don't
just
think it needs
dispel
to be changed. It's just I think there's plans that need to be in place
Mm,
alongside it.
yeah.
But yeah.
But thank you. I won't run away again. But I say that there's a few things we can do. I've had Porridge moving around, and I would know if something happened to him, and nothing has. With that in mind, I think it's like an active range of about 1,000 feet. I'm gonna like check in on Porridge to see what the shard is doing, if it's pulling in any direction. If the two pieces are like touching, assuming that they're not fully linked in. Is there like a final point on the map that we're being pulled to?
Those two pieces of the shard are like bouncing, trying to hit. Like obviously, there's like blocked by the thing. They're trying to hit each other, but they can't. And there is no like the only discernible way they're moving is towards each other.
Towards each other. Okay. I will just keep Porridge moving then. He'll basically land for like 10 minutes, have a quick breather, cigarette, packet of crisps, and then fly off again, carrying this mason jar.
That'd be a lot for a tiny bird.
Yeah, I'd empty some of the water out so he could do it, or I'm imagining like a pipette. You know how they grow cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm imagining one of them. But I just want to keep. I know I'm trying to say this again. I don't think that we should allow this item to fully form. I don't know why. It's a gut instinct. And if you disagree, it's fine. But I just feel that somebody wants us to join it together, and the person who wants us to join it together is either a demon lord of chaos, misery, and agony, or their warlock who is going around murdering people. And I don't think it's really good juju. You know,
Speaking of that Demon Lord Archon, do you know where it ranks on the power scaling? We know the Wretched Howler is one of the weaker ones, but do we know where this one
You rolled really
ranks?
high on a book before.
Yeah, I was reading my notes. That's how I knew it from.
Yeah.
You sent me some stuff.
I would say in terms of like combat, I mean high. And
top 3.
top.
Damn, this bitch is a bit of
It's like top 5, wasn't it?
At
It was one of the
least-
major ones.
At least top 5. I don't know
Yeah.
the numbers specifically.
Damn, Assassin has
This is like
has
Demogorgon
patrons.
level of dangerous.
Yeah,
from what-
definitely. If we're talking CR, we're talking
30.
at least like 22.
Oh,
Oh,
why
right,
can
okay.
I have a cool one? Why did I get stuck with
Because
the...
you said yes to the
What?
fucking scabby wolf.
Oh,
That's
my
right.
demon's not as big and scary as this
Yeah.
demon. Oh.
But I will say,
Archon,
Archon, you would
I-
also know that Gorath does usually, if he is to fight something, fights with an army behind him.
Yeah. But like
Archer-
what he said was like specifically was like agony, misery, and chaos, which is
Gorath
literally
revels
what's
in
happening.
carnage and bloodshed,
Yeah,
delighting
yeah.
in the screams and agony of
Yeah.
the sight of spilled blood.
So
Yeah.
I
How
don't
nice.
Yeah.
think there's any like plan other than look, that person over there looks like they've got would like freak a lot of people out if we managed to fucking rip their tongue out. That's like kind of what Archon's thinking. Like, if he wanted to cause the things that Gortash or whatever his name is, Gorath, sorry, is famous for, this is how he would go about doing it. Like he would, he would set off a fireball at hypothetically, he would set off a fireball at like a school sports day kind of thing, like pointless and random violence.
Yeah. The only thing I will ask is, while we are discussing, Samuel, just like, what does the dagger you identified it? What is it?
Oh, it's the it's called. 1 moment, I've just closed it. It's called the Blood Pact Dagger. It's imbued with the dark powers of Gorath, the Bloodstained. Looks
So
quite
it's
sinister.
the killer's knife then. We can assume.
I would. I can't say for sure, but it doesn't strike me as something that the priestess Marina would have in a temple of Ophena.
Unless they're trying to purify it.
It is. Yep. Yeah, there's a curse on it. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be able to maybe remove that tomorrow, depending on the strength of the curse. Archon,
You know what the
if worst
curse
comes to
does?
worst, if this demon lord, let's say, appears, do you think there's any hope
Right.
of maybe
Sorry.
vanquishing him?
So Archon's going to get his hands like he's showing off the size of a fish, and then he's bringing them closer and closer and closer together, and then he's putting his fingers closer and closer together, and then he's just going to make a fist and be like, no. If a demon lord were to appear here and now in this room, I think we would all die.
I think, to be fair, I think the demon lords aren't able to break through whatever barriers they're trying to break through just yet. That's why they're enlisting idiots to accept, like me.
I don't think
At
that
least you're aware, Simon.
I don't think that that we have to immediately worry about a demon lord appearing. I've not heard of that. Just hypothetically, like one just appearing in a random room, like a lighthouse, say.
Yeah, it would be
very unlikely.
It was an illusion.
Yeah. But if
It's the humidity.
the demon lord will gain power from the anguish and the chaos it causes, and having us run around Pyra and finding, I know we haven't screamed, but he's going to gesture to the lump of meat in the middle of the room that was the person, and be like, I can't speak for all of you, but this, I can't think of a better word than anguish. It's
The priest
I didn't
probably
know-
screamed.
yeah, it's not nice, and I'm to be honest, I'm surprised we're still in the room. I've tried not to look, but there are a few things I need to understand before we move on, if that's okay.
I've had a realization. If we've set this alarm and this magic mouth up to inform this person of going to the Desert Rose for a conversation, we can't tell the gods about this body just yet. We've got to leave it.
Well,
We got to make sure that they know our...
Smitty of almost looking to the priests.
Yeah, but then they would, like, know, and then if they were to come back here, they might be less likely to if it became a crime scene.
The only thing I can think of, if we want to bring them back, is if we stay here, and I bring Porridge here with the shard, is the only thing I can think of as a reliable way, but it's going to be clear we've found the body, and when we've investigated the room, there's no reason for the guards to stay here. There are other things for them to be doing. It isn't logical that they would.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders if the knife, if he looks down at the knife that it's on, it was left accidentally, because I don't think they would have wanted to leave it.
Yeah.
Perhaps that was the one thing that the priestess was able to do, was to get him to release the knife.
It could also be that, weirdly enough, we have noticed on occasion little breaks in the pattern and the MO. This one seems like a murder. Weirdly enough, a murder in what's the word? Like not just murder for the sake of murder. It's like a quick emotional outburst, is what I'm trying to say. Like this just happened so fast, and they weren't thinking, and they dropped their stuff and just ran. Whereas other murders seemed a little bit more thought out with specific things, like, for instance, taking the head off one of them, but leaving nothing else behind.
I don't think that was the case here. I don't think they would have been able to. I think that the reason that it was such a violent attack is because the Marina was able to help them release the dagger. But there are a few other things I want to investigate. There was mention of some writings and scrolls that I wouldn't mind casting a quick eye over, and I would just, without spending too much time looking at the body, I'd like to see what this ritual or sacrifice was meant to entail, whether it was weakening the walls and allowing Gortash to access. So Archon's going to go. He's going to walk past Kaz and be like, "Guns me up, bitch." And he's going to start. If possible, I would like to use Arcana to see what this ritual would achieve.
Different.
I fucking hate these dice rolling the dice. Oh my god. So slow. Gee willikers. That's a 13. Woof. +4.
You got +4. D4.
14.
Oh god.
What can I give
And I stack guidance.
Hey, unless Cassian's feeling, spicy, wants to chuck me a cheeky advantage.
No, the help action has to be before.
Oh,
what can I give you with a 14?
So I mean, it doesn't have to be specific, like very like vague. So what Arch was looking for specifically, whether this was a ritual, like a planned ritual to achieve something, perhaps like a communication, or it is a ritual to allow for like the break of a curse, or something like that.
I think with a 14, obviously this thing's been detect magicked a few times, and has been like looked over. I think with a 14, the way that like it is presented and the way that it's done, it obviously from the note, it looks like whatever happened quickly in like a split-second reaction. Like got scared, stabbed. But when you're looking at these, it's strange. It's like the not the runes, but the ritual has definitely been thought out more than the kill. And you're looking, and you probably recognize the wrong word. You look around and you can see almost kind of runes are the right word, but parts of this do seem slightly familiar to, I guess it would be like divination. Maybe with a bit of necromancy, just from all like the blood and stuff. Like you see the runes slightly, or like the way it's interpreted. Like in books you've read, you know, placed in this position, XYZ, you know. You can't tell what specifically, but you can tell that at least after the kill, someone was aware of what they were doing. Like they were knowledgeable enough with the arcane to do this. To do something.
Okay. So, what I know you've been very careful not to use the word runes.
Yeah.
Too many times. Does that indicate that they're not a written language? It's more like arcane symbols and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my Mr. Book out. I'll be like, Mr. Book, have you seen these symbols before? I have a character sheet for him, so I think.
I have a character sheet for him, so.
I have the original.
Yeah, I know. I used your one as the
definitive article. Somebody say.
Give me a second. Let me find it.
Oh no, I haven't actually got it. Oh right, I know. I got it in a stupid way.
I have it. Don't worry. I have a new one.
A newer one, a better one.
Is. You see, he pops out.
Hello.
Hello.
No, see him. Hello. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so he can speak Draconic, Elvish, and Primordial.
Oh my man, that primordial language. Let's go.
Archon can't. He has comprehend languages, but it's not very useful.
Oh, I already know Primordial, so if you want, I can translate.
He says, I'm gonna have him make a check. Hold on.
Oh, if he rolls high. Oh my god, Archon's fuming. Beaten by a book.
Oh, especially with a +6 as well.
Jesus.
You see.
Oh, imagine that. Reard is just like, yeah.
No one else can see this. Archon can just lie. Yeah, he's really stupid. Don't worry about it.
You see.
The orb just smacks you in the back of the head, like.
You see, he looks around at this point. Obviously, you can't like physically interact with anything, so it's just like looking around and. Well, let me check. Yeah, you see Archon as like he's looking around. Obviously, he is not corporeal. He's like a ghost is the best way to describe it. But you see,
he's a book ghost.
You see, he mutters something and moves his hand, and this slight copy, like a mage hand, comes out from his hand and physically moves the body. Like, and he looks around, and he says, "Well,
Do we see the body just move?
Yes.
With no.
You will see that he's like there's a big like floating orb next to it as well.
Yeah.
Like
the orb that makes sense. Yeah, the orb
will be there. Yeah. Like you described, it's like a light.
Yeah, it gives off like
a will-o'-the-wisp.
Yeah. Is it like 10 feet dim light or something like that?
It's actually big. It's like relatively big. I don't know. But no, he says, well, I can't be sure, and it's in a language I don't fully recognize, but it appears that this was an attempt to alter or change, like looking closely, to change the form of divination in a way, change how it reacts, using the blood and the dagger and whatever powers this person has to affect the world in a not to break something but to change it.
Okay.
I'm surprised you couldn't see that.
It's been a long day.
The shade.
It's
fucking rude.
I've been acting like a fucking telegraph pole today. I've used all my spells on something. It's tiring. I need a sandwich and a sit down.
Oh, you all tucking out.
And you ain't got to deal with Sidon.
And and Sidon agreed with my puns, and I'm really scared.
Well, there, Archer.
Yeah,
I understand plants.
What?
I understand plants.
Remember, you can only hear one half this conversation.
Yeah, I know, and all I heard
Okay.
was I'm scared, side of the group with my plants. I understand plants.
But divination magic, from my experience, I don't have a great deal of experience with it. It's a school of magic I've skipped rather than shunned. It is about location and answers, predicting the future. Yes. Divination rather than the divine. It is divining, as in location, and things like that. What? And this is like to the group. What could be changed with divination magic? What could it be changing the future? Could it be like a portent? Like the divination wizards who use their knowledge of the futures to create portent changes, to allow them to affect the rolls. Could it be something akin to that? I'm going to look at this again with that. If you'll let me look at that again with that information, see if this ritual was a success.
Yeah, go for it. Make me an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Guidance, bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you had advantage from Maeve, and I think you got a guidance.
Okay, cool. Let's see if I need it.
You got 2 guidance, so 2d4.
No, that's not how it
That's
works.
how it works,
Plus
right?
a
Oh,
guidance.
nice.
23.
23.
In your face, dead man.
He just stares at you.
So I thank you for
The
your
mage
kind
hand
words,
gives you a
guys.
light slap.
Yeah, the mage hand floats
On
his
the
middle
ass.
finger.
Yeah. No, the mage hand just like skews your glasses ever so slightly.
Oh,
Nuggy
bitch.
messes my hair.
But yeah, so
Touches the
you
middle of the frame, grease marks.
Oh,
you look at. I mean, it's not a real hand, so no. But you look at the this again, and sorry, if it was successful?
I want to. Yeah. So I'm James, the player, has a reasonable knowledge of divination spells.
Yeah.
Not an amazing. So divination includes guidance, includes portent die, augury, dispel divination,
Commune,
locate
things like that.
creature, commune, things like that. And I don't think there are many aggressive divination spells. I'm really struggling. I could probably.
I don't think anything
that.
I don't think there's
think
any that
the
are like
most aggressive
specifically
divination spell is
aggressive.
divination.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's one of the I'm gonna say shittiest schools of magic because it's
Well, it has
like-
it has a very clear purpose.
has
It has its uses,
really
but it's not a
uninteresting.
combat
But
one.
actually, comprehend language, actually detect magic is actually a hunter's mark. What?
Yeah,
Wait, Hunter's Mark is
you
divination?
look at the insights and movements of the enemy.
Spike? Actually, this is
Yeah.
some pretty good spells.
That's good, yeah.
Okay. All right.
but yeah,
Fine.
so
I take it back. It's not that shit as I thought.
you look to see if this was successful or can read the spell a bit more.
Yeah.
Like what was done.
No. What I don't. Okay, so I don't think Archeron. I want to know, like, I want to know if it was successful, and then I'm going to try to work backwards. I think that Archeron's missed his chance to figure out what was being done, like what the spell was trying to do. This is to look see if it was successful, like, and then I'm going to try and figure out. James, the player's going to try and like work it backwards.
So with a 23, I'll give you a decent amount of information. You get the sense that this was a small part of something, that this specific thing was successful, at least in some capacity, and with that 23, I think you would also infer, or at least guess, that this how do I describe this? 'Cause I know it in my head. I'm just trying to word it correctly. You get the sense that from this divination, with a slight bit of necromancy in there, that these are happening. Obviously, it is all very chaotic, but this one specifically that you found is definitely a bigger piece to whatever puzzle you're trying to put together, and that there is definitely a link between this and the other ones, and divination, in this sense, you can infer, is likely using, the power of divination, which looks into the future, looks into the past, things like that, to learn things, to learn and affect something.
Okay, and would it, this is, I don't know if you can give me this, would it be they are trying to use a specific divination spell, or is this something, and this is fine if it is, this is something that is divination in
A broad
in
sense.
essence rather than in rules as written?
I would say Archeron, the character, would look at these and be like, this is no spell in my memory that I can think of.
Okay, that's fine. As long as we're not casting Foresight, we're all good. Okay.
Way to, this is a weird one. Is there a way to figure out the spell's level?
It's not a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll cascade that information. I'm looking at, actually, there's some really cool things in divination. I just, for some reason, thought it was all shit.
Bitch.
I just thought it's stuff like Augury and Borrowed Knowledge.
Well, they're the ones you think of, but...
Yeah, find traps is on there, locate.
Wow.
Well, it's got, like, Mind Spike, Warp Sense, which is really cool. What are the other ones? Legend Lore.
Legend Lore, I love Legend Lore as a spell.
Yeah, it's cool. Telepathic Bond, something I'm definitely going to be taking. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so he's going to pass the information on, and he's going to, like, sit on his haunches a little bit and, like, look down, like, with his back to the woman who's, the remains of this lady. I don't even know what I've done with this token. Right, I was up here somewhere. He's just going to, like, sit here for a bit and think about... So he's, like, thinking out loud about what possibly he would like to learn to change. What could he learn that would change the world in a way that would... allow for a demonic lord to get something that they wanted, and all I can think of is information about where people are, or where their sister is, and they've been a little bit successful. They've maybe found their next target. And this is just him, like, spitballing and speaking out loud as, like, the pieces kind of, like, landing in my brain as they land. So each time that they've attacked someone, it seems random, but there's been a bit of magic there that's pointed them on the next step of the journey. Looking down at it, how long, like, at a glance, I don't know if you want me to roll, how long would it take to put this ritual together? Archeron, for rituals, can take between a minute to 10 minutes to an hour. He imagines a lot of these killings are very, very quick, and they're in and out within, like, 5-10 minutes. But how long would he think they've been put into this ritual?
If you were to try and recreate this ritual, obviously you don't know all the components, so it would probably take you longer than it would them. But if you were to look at this, and with your, very impressive mind and knowledge of rituals, it would probably take you a good 45 minutes. If it was someone who was trained to do it, could be more like 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. Not too quickly. Not incredibly slowly, but not, in and out. Okay. I'm going to mention this to Samael. So I've already been talking for like 20 minutes. If anyone wants to jump in, please jump in and shut me up. I'm going to say to Samael, it looks like it's taking them the time to commit the murder, and from what I've been able to glean and instinct, it seems this is part of a larger picture, that perhaps something similar was done at the other murders, and this is just the most obvious example of it. Do you know of a way...
Odtron, this is gonna sound a bit gross, but we know they've come back here several times. Do you... I don't think you would know this, because we've not really found it, but this is just... I'm spitballing here. Do you think they're taking a trophy from each of the kills and bringing it back here to do the ritual as if it was with a fresh person without actually having to move the body. Like we saw one guy with a missing head. I don't think there was anything missing from the baker, but
that was the missing head guy.
No, the guy in the
casino.
casino was missing head.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was a ghost, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, but what if they're just taking fresh whatever from each murder and bringing it back here specifically to do the ritual?
And is there
that would explain why they've.
I could say, is there any links between the people they're choosing?
Not that I can see, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. There is one option that I've not mentioned. I could try to recreate the ritual.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Neither, but it would tell me what it was there to do.
Yeah, but then the same thing that happens to Sidon can happen to you, like you being forced to servitude of this demon.
No, but when you make a pact with
I kind of agreed to the French Tower thing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told you that. Yeah.
Yes, this is not merely. This would be merely me opening the door. I wouldn't have to necessarily step through. I wouldn't even necessarily need to complete the ritual. It would take me a while. It may make us late for dinner. I'm sure Captain Jordan would understand. It looks to me as though this ritual may have been attempted, as you say, Sam, more than once, because this killer's been in and out. The body's been here for a few days. The last time they've been in the room with this body for as long as we have. I know some of the primary components. I don't want to do it. I'm just saying I could try.
Maybe we hold off for now. We go have dinner. Potentially, maybe that the killer will come back and trigger that conversation, and we can have that meeting. And if not, well, then there's no harm in going back and trying the ritual.
It's like, will the killer come back? Because now
we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Now they know that
they may be called to come back for the knife. If it is from their patron, they may want it. I don't know if they have a means to track it. I don't think we should leave it here. In fact, I'm going to say that we don't. I'm going to take it with us.
Yeah.
But they may be called back.
Could have been left here by
to the shard.
Yeah. It could have been left here by design, next to the body. Like you said, they've been in and out of here several times with that body in that place. This could have been set up that way. But
part of me thinks that the reason this, if there was an element of transformation and change and forgetfulness, was because the priestess was trying to force a break between the assassin and the dagger, and the patron exerted control. Gut instinct. I have nothing to back that up. It's the mere fact that they're able to walk away from it. I don't know. It seems to be a component for this ritual, but I don't know if it's the key to it. I'll think on it. But I think I don't know about you. I don't know about anyone else. I would like to get out of this room.
Yeah.
After I've just quickly cast an eye on these. Are there any of these scrolls or letters interesting?
Nah. They're just general priest, communion stuff. Not anything.
Priestly
stuff. Yeah.
Priestly stuff.
Is anyone losing the body?
I mean, I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to be that guy. Yeah, exactly. This is why I've not said it in character, because I mean, as a character, as a player, I would love to loot every corpse I see, but it would be really inappropriate.
Hey guys, don't worry about it.
So the phrasing of that.
Carlac disapproves.
Well, I mean, since James
all of the NPCs are confused.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to loot the body.
With that in mind,
if Archeron will.
I'm not looting this dead woman. I don't even want to touch it. I suggest we leave. Allow the priests to say their farewells and ask them to leave this room untouched.
Yeah.
And then
Wait, won't
perhaps...
the priest coming inside trigger your alarm thing?
No, because
it's near that
it's
window.
specific to this small entrance that I can hide from prying eyes. I just move a pot so it's just slightly out of view. And I genuinely think that the killer will be drawn back, or at least drawn to the dagger. And I don't know if they have a way to track it, like they do the shard.
So who has the knife?
Well, I'll keep hold of it for now, and I may be able to learn more from it as I examine. Because I have a book that Gethin gave me about demon lords, and so I'm going to see if there's anything more I can glean from it.
I have an idea. Just to
It's like
maybe...
a caveman saying it.
Just to maybe
together strong.
Fire.
Just so that whoever this killer is potentially does come back and has a greater chance of coming back, we could leave the shard that was here. I mean, they can't complete it, and we still have our 3/4 separate.
That is actually...
I don't think
the reason I'm reluctant to do that, the only reason I'm reluctant to do that is that the pull for them to go to the Desert Drows, if they do come back and hear the message, is that we have the remainder of the shard. But that's a.
But I mean, they have been.
I hadn't thought of that.
They have been breaking it up and leaving it as a calling card anyway. Maybe they're not hugely interested in the shard.
Yeah, but if they come back here, they're gonna hear the message anyway, so I don't think it really matters.
Yes, I may call Porridge back, so I want to compare the shard with the knife and see if it's been the knife that's been used to break up the shard. See if there's a way see if I can figure that out. Maybe I could try to use the knife to break it up into smaller pieces again.
And snort.
Yeah. Rub it into my gums. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a plan. Can we please leave this room? I would like a shower.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
How late is it?
I would say it's about 5:30. You're meeting with the captains at 7.
I think we should get ready for that dinner. Right?
I have very little appetite, but I'm sure that may change with good company and light atmosphere. But I feel that we have a lot to talk to Captain Jordan about.
Yeah, and it feels like more of an information meeting than an actual just having a meeting.
I really hope we can just have a calm meal and discuss this afterwards. I just want half an hour. And I don't
what you don't like to discuss dead bodies over some steak?
No, I really don't.
Well, I could really go for some steak actually.
Just been.
Everyone disliked
way
that.
Better. Why do you want steak?
Just because of what we saw, I've meant to ask Draken. There's been so much, and so it has been weighing on my mind, and I just haven't had the moment. But we saw. This isn't. You would. Yeah, a friend of yours had the tiefling.
What?
In the mirror with Deirdre. There's been so much that's happened since I meant to ask, but there's been too much for me to really find my footing. But you, in the image, in what we saw, you had a friend, and they died.
Oh yeah. Do you know when we still were kind of little?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah, back at home.
Yes.
I had a friend, the tiefling. He usually hang around me and you.
Well, I can't remember. I was very young then.
His name was Braxius.
Braxius, yes, of course.
Yeah.
James, no idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
Stephen,
I told you about this stuff.
Backy Big Brax. Yes, I remember. Yes.
God.
Well, sadly to say, he has passed away. And
You found him?
What do you mean found him? We left together.
No, as in when you found them dead. Found him dead.
We left for Malachite and worked together. But something complicated happened, and this is not the place to talk about it. But
okay.
Sure, I can tell you about it, but honestly, more in private, I think. Would be better.
I hadn't forgotten. It's just been, and he gestures to the room filled with blood and gore. Busy.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot right now.
Maybe we need our own dinner party where we just kind of are gonna look at everyone who kind of shared those images. Kind of one by one, and there's some that kind of radiated and resonated with him more than others, as like, especially if the trying, like the things that, the hurtful memories. So I think maybe we need to, if people want, we could talk about them. I haven't. There's been a lot we've had to share, but there's more I'd like to.
As you're talking, I assume you've left now. Samael does say, as you leave and go back out.
Shit, you're still there. Not you. You can't come.
I'm aware. I was just wondering. I will have to report some of this. How much do you think I should?
How
shouldn't you report everything of it?
Well, is it wise that we report that our friend has made a deal with a demon lord?
That's not what I meant.
We don't know that for certain.
I meant about the killer.
Oh, the killer. I definitely write it all down. I think all of it. I can't. It's all speculative at the moment. It hasn't formed. I can't. I see parts of him, but I can't understand. I can't see the whole piece yet. So, unless anyone suggests differently, that the only thing I would keep away from them is that we have these two avenues of trying to tempt them out: the dagger and the shard. That were the only things I'd omit, I think, for the moment, if that's okay. Just for the next few days and see if they try to make contact with us. I have you now, and he gestures to his head. If we need to reach out and contact you, we can.
Please do.
Yes. But if you are able to. Do you think it would be possible to get a scroll of Major Image?
I can certainly try.
Archon rubs his hands together. More spells.
But
there's Major Image. Is it?
It's the third, yeah. Really, it's just like a massive zone of it, yeah.
I would prefer hallucinatory terrain, but I will take what you've got.
Hallucinatory terrain doesn't create people.
Does it not?
No. It's terrain.
But does terrain
people are
plants?
objects.
So not true.
You can use illusory terrain in a really weird way if you are an illusion wizard, where you can make a part of that terrain real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope you enjoy your evening. I will report what I can, and if you do find anything, do let me know.
I will struggle to let you know today.
That's fine.
I am fucking spent.
Just at some point, as soon as you can.
Of course. I could send you a letter. Where are you going to be staying?
Near the Lotus.
I'll send my letters to the Lotus, and then just make
Alright.
sure you close your windows, yes?
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Not
You're going the same way, this is awkward.
No. Well, I assume you guys are going to the captain's place, or like, I don't know where you guys are going.
Yeah,
if
I
we're near
think
the captain's place, I think. Is there like a place on the way, like I don't know what you call it. I kind of want to air gap it, like mentally, you know. I need to stop.
You could
like,
just stay at the
5 minutes.
gardens for a bit and then go to his house.
I don't know if anyone else has this, but when you've had like a day at work and you get home, but you sit in the car for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Archon needs to sit in the car for 30 seconds.
I mean, there's the Golden Oasis Inn, which is right nearby, or there's just the lake. You could just sit by the lake, or go to
Isn't
the
the
Gardens
Gardens
of
of Serenity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would people mind if we just went for like just 2 minutes? And
I
so
really
can-
want to go there.
Go for it.
I wanted to go there
It is on the way as
ages.
well.
It is on the way. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring porridge back. I've thought about it a little bit, and maybe I will merge the. If these two pieces are being awkward, then I can't use it. If they're separate, then I will merge them, for now, and then I will see if I can use the knife to break them up again. But I think just a mental air gap. It's been a day.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, I
is it-
agree with
We've seen a lot of blood.
this is the second most amount of blood I've seen in one day.
Second most.
Do you not remember the pile of corpses?
That was
I want
shit.
to forget
Do you not remember?
That is a very important detail. Oh yeah, that was actually at the first shrine-like fight we had with the
And
vampire.
do you guys?
Now who
And
doesn't care about civilians?
do you guys not remember the literal pool of blood you fought Deirdre next to?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, but that could have been Kool-Aid. Like, I shouldn't get anywhere near that.
Cassian would confirm that it was not
Okay.
Kool-Aid.
Okay. Like Archon has no way of confirming you to get anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it was
Cringe.
vampire Kool-Aid, but
Oh yeah.
but yeah, not nice. We will end pretty soon, but I'll just sort of go to the gardens and then we'll quickly do the beginning of the thing, and then we will end. But yeah, so you guys walk out of the grove towards the Gardens of Serenity. It's probably only like a 10-15 minute walk. You probably just walk slow, so it's about 20 minutes. Just take a leisurely stroll through the city after seeing whatever.
As we leave the grove, sorry.
Yeah.
Simon just looks over at the Shrine of the Moon.
Pulls
just
his
a
pants
quick
down, slaps
glance.
his arse at it.
No. Does it look like anything out of the ordinary over there? Any
No.
shady characters?
I mean,
No?
it's starting to get dark, so there are lights being put up and things like that, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool. I'll just sort of continue on with everyone else then.
Yeah. So you all head over to the Garden of Serenity. As you see the entrance, do you guys give any money as like a?
Yeah, I think so. What is like the normal amount people took in?
It's usually any amount. I mean,
I'm gonna throw in a copper.
I'm gonna get rid of 2 copper and 4 silver.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna throw in 3
number.
copper.
nice one.
Is that all side and
Daring today, are we?
Well, I think
I
I would put enough in that no one else feel like they had to.
Yeah.
I'll
I
drop a
mean,
gold in there. I'll drop
yeah.
a gold in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd it's everything from here goes back to the place and the plants to fuel that stuff. So it's it's a good cause. But yeah, so you all go in, and as you walk in, obviously you're in Pyra, which is a pretty bustling town with lots of people. As you walk in, I would say. That's fine. I'll just tell you. As you walk in, you no, you hear nothing from the outside, and those magically inclined can tell that this is a dome that is silenced from the outside. You can't hear the hustle and bustle from the outside. If you're in the gardens, you can't hear the city outside of it.
Serenity now.
Yeah. And it's there's a few trails that you can walk around. There's a few, places where you can sit. like places built into like fallen trees that have naturally fallen, like natural carved benches. You can see the occasional like desert type or like coastal bird around, like the really colorful looking wildlife, a whole bunch of like flora and fauna, like smaller animals.
Is there a butterfly enclosure?
Well, it's not enclosure because it's not a zoo, but you would see butterflies around, like in
Surely
like
moth this
groups.
time of night.
It's not late yet, and it's like the desert, and it's it's probably like getting to dusk.
I fucking love butterflies. Honestly, God, like I know we're nearly finished, but on my honeymoon we went to like a butterfly enclosure in Australia in the rainforest, and it's just like the best thing I ever did in my whole life. It's so cool. They were landing on me because I had a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, you
Libby's
should
like, fuck you.
Yeah. And so Helen like wanted to go shopping. I was like, no, we're going to the butterfly enclosure. And there's a woman behind us with like quite severe physical disabilities, and she was like, she saw all the butterflies landing on me, and she was having the wail because she could reach out and touch them. She's having the wail of something. It's fucking awesome. So cool.
But yeah, it's just very calming and very serene. How long did you guys stay there?
Well, I was about to ask, do you think we could take a short rest here or not?
I don't think we've got time for that.
I think you might just, if you were to take an hour short rest.
It's literally right next. Captain's house is literally right next to the garden.
I would say you'd probably be cutting it a bit close. But if you were to relax, you definitely could.
We could be fashionably late. I was about to say fashionably late by 5 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah. I will use this opportunity to short rest and bring Porridge back to take the shard off him and merge it so there's only this one sliver left.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of away from prying eyes. In fact, I'll wait until we're at the dinner table for me to break out this fucking murder knife. I'm not doing it in the park.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For my short rest, I'm going to find a place surrounded by any of this nature and hence the struggle with meditation and just so I'll bring me astral visage again just because I do that meditation. Still, to be fair, I still actually would get all my key points back anyway for doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works. But yeah, so I'm not really gonna ask anything this time. I'm just sort of kind of more of the same. Just sort of weirdly trying to commune, calm the soul, merge the soul into this sort of yin yang, like mind and body type of thing. So I'm so that's what silence.
Yeah, you're just like trying to connect, just relaxing. Yeah.
I assume his stoicness gets interrupted a couple of times by various insects landing on his nose and making him sneeze.
Yes. But yeah, you can take your short rest, regain anything you need to, arcane recovery, whatever.
Just a fucking rest.
And after that hour goes by, you're all feeling, a bit more relaxed, a bit more calm after that very
Zen.
After that very tense day, and you after a bit you're like, oh, we should probably get going. We've got 15 minutes to be there, and it's going to take us 10 minutes.
Quick question about the guy. And now what I'm picturing is like classic, even though it's in the desert, like classic English country garden style, like grasses and hedges and stuff.
What's it? Kew Gardens.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Do they have like little like water fountains and features and stuff?
Yeah, probably a few. They try to keep it natural for the most part, but there'd be a few things like that.
Like little springs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Archer's gonna find one, and he's like gonna like, if it's okay to do so, if he sees kids like paddling in these things or evidence of kids been paddling in them, he's gonna like wash his face and his hands of all the gunk.
That's
fair.
fair.
Like even if he hasn't actually touched anything. Very clearly, like it hasn't gone too near to like the body at any point, but he very much feels. I don't know about you. If I go into a place that is gross, I want to wash myself when I come out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he's going to wash his face, back of his neck, wash his hands, and then going to invite anyone else who wishes to do so, and then prestidigitate them dry. He could prestidigitate you clean, but there's something about cold water after a long warm day that is very nice.
And it's like
Yeah,
sort
I'm
of
just gonna dunk my
We're
head.
still in the
in-
desert. It's still warm.
well, it's getting cooler because it's getting
There's no
darker.
clouds. Yeah, it gets really cold in the
Um,
desert at night.
It's like, it's probably about it's 6:45-ish. 10 minutes to. So it's pretty almost dark at this point. You see some of the lights from outside starting to come on. But yeah, you all get like somewhat presentable. And I assume you exit to go to the captain's home, and we'll just do the intro
Isn't
to this.
the captain that has been like, yeah, just wear your armor, it's fine.
Yeah, he was like, don't worry too much about what you're wearing. It's just a
We
just a
didn't
nice,
even think about it.
just a nice meal between some pals.
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it. I wrote it down, so I may have done. I brought porridge back and taken the thing. Oh, I did.
Yes, you did.
Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and he's with me now. I may send him back over. In fact, I might do that. He's going to ask the group, should I send porridge to look at the entrance to see if there's anyone eyeing up the entrance for the into the priest's house? Porridge is fine. He'll be fine. He won't be noticed. But I could do that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay. I just want to check. Okay. I will give you some food when you get back, buddy. See you soon.
You bitch. Yeah. So you all walk over to the captain's home, and as you walk up, it's in the Herald Heights, so it's relatively nice house. Is it 2 stories?
That's one story. Fucking dead. Archman's gonna cry.
It's 1 story, but it's pretty like big house. You can see from the outside, the building is covered in flowers and like other growing like flora. And approaching it, you can smell a variety of spices, and you can see the glow from like a fireplace coming from the inside. Change the map.
And your roll initiative.
Which way is it?
You guys are coming in from this. Yeah. Or like that's where the door is. You guys are closest to.
This is a big house.
Yeah.
He's a god captain. He probably makes bank.
Well.
Maybe.
Well, who knows?
He might be on the take. He's fucking bent as a 9-bob note, this guy.
he might be the fucking assassin. Maybe it is a real assassin accepting money for murder.
But yeah, what are you guys doing? I assume you're knocking.
Before we knock, obviously I've
Yeah.
got the shards together and I've let them form into the 7/8 piece. I'm going to examine it.
Yeah.
What, is it doing anything?
No.
Does it react at all to the dagger?
No.
Okay, cool. I put them in my pocket and prepare to eat some nice food.
Cool.
Knock.
Yeah, so one of you knocks, and you hear footsteps come from the inside, followed by the sounds of like small claws on wooden floors.
Sorry,
Yeah, the
what?
dog.
And after a minute or two, you see the door like unlock and open, and you see a man standing there who you don't recognize. With like flawless olive brown skin, these bright orange eyes, and like tied back brown hair. He wears a green, somewhat like fancy but definitely comfortable outfit, and has like a smile on his face. And I will just expand this image so you guys can see him.
Oh no, he's hot.
Yeah.
And behind him, you see a very excitable looking dog. With,
knew it had a
Oh my
dog.
god.
with like brown, white, and cream-colored fur. You see that the tail wags as she looks up to all of you. This is the best image I have ever found.
Oh.
Can I play fight with the dog?
Well, before that, you see the man gives a slight bow and says, "Friends of my husband, I assume."
Oh, I thought
Actually,
we
friends
were
of
having
yours
wrong
as well,
house
yes.
first. But yeah.
We got an invitation.
Yes, I know. Pleasure to meet you. I am Thomas, and this is Coco, and he gestures to the dog.
Hello,
And you see the dog just looks up at you, like wagging her tail. He says, please, come in. And he, like, moves away so you guys can all come in. And the dog is just happy.
As I walk in, I sort of, like, take a wide stance and just tap my legs to see if Coco will jump up.
You see, she looks like, tilts her head, looking confused. And then after a second, like, bounces up to you. And, like, puts, like, paws on your hands. It's like very well-trained dog. You see, coming into the house, you see a number of tables in this, like, entrance room filled with, like, flowers and plants, like, or, like, vials that are holding various mushrooms. You see, he shows you quickly through this room and up to, like, the main room where you can see, like, the living area. So like, some chairs with a carpet around a fireplace. And you can see on the other side of the room over here, there is like some food cooking, and Thomas gestures for you to sit down. And he says,
"Shit, Coco's got her own bedroom. What a fucking dog!"
It's just more rooms in this map. And you see, he says, Jordan should be along soon. He said he may have to work a bit late because of whatever's happening, but I insisted that I had to meet you. Plus, I had recently bought some ingredients that I've wanted to try for a while. Please, sit down. And he, like, very excitedly goes up to that, like, piece with some food, and brings over a plate, sets it on, like, a side table, with some, like, warm, spiced bread, with some, like, various, like, dips for you to have, as well as some, like, water and light wines, both red and white, if you want.
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Thomas.
Tony? Thomas.
Surely roll the ring for that.
It's fine.
That was me asking, that was my fault. Thomas, I should actually know that name off by heart. It's the name of my brother.
Your brother's a gay elf?
It's not gay.
He's an elf? That's somehow weirder.
I recently came into possession of an interesting recipe for fireseed flatbread.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I don't know if you want it, and I'll just jot it down, the recipe for it on, like, some parchment nearby. Mm-hmm. And if you want to try a bit, I've actually made some. We all made some.
He's gonna say you made some.
He folds a piece of paper and says,
I rolled the checks after you failed them, to be fair.
Wow. He folds the paper and says, thank you.
Someone take this shovel offside because he's just digging and digging and digging.
He folds the paper and, like, bows, says, thank you very much, but I don't want to ruin my appetite. I've been snacking a bit all day. But I will definitely make it at some point.
But would you like any help?
No, please. I enjoy cooking, and I've been getting most of it done throughout the day. But please just,
cool?
Of course, it's. And he, goes back to.
Grab myself off the map. That's annoying. I can't get myself. There we go. That's frustrating. Archer on, like, perches on the edge of the sofa. The fucking.
Well, there would be enough space, but, like,
it just couldn't drag itself to the position on the map that I was happy with. Yeah. Okay. Well, this smells wonderful. Cass, do you recognise any of these spices? I hope it's not as fiery as yours. I couldn't really, if I'm being honest, I can't really handle the heat. Well, that's why I removed.
Well, mine it was very mild. So with any hope, this is actually spicy.
No.
That disappointment.
No, I have a delicate stomach. I have a delicate constitution.
You see the dog is just, like, lying by the fireplace, like, curled up.
What if he let you scratch his tummy?
After, like, a minute or two, you see the oven closes and the oven, I don't know, closes, and he comes back over holding, like, a glass of red wine. And
fresh
just
from the oven.
No, you know what I mean. And he just, like, says, so, I'm really just, curious. Sorry, I rude of me. I didn't even ask all of your names. I was surprised there was so many of you, but I should have enough Food. What are your names?
Oh yes, I didn't really. We have come with somewhat of a what's the word? A
Eclectic
menagerie.
bunch.
Yes.
A ragtag group.
Yes. There's so many of us. I forget. Hello, Thomas. Thomas.
Thomas.
I am Thomas. Okay. Like the tank engine. Yes. I'm Archer.
It's not blue.
It's not blue. Okay.
Or train.
Would you like to be? I'm Archon. Very pleased to meet you. I was fortunate enough to meet your husband yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday.
Or this morning. One of the 2 days I've been here. Yes, we've been helping out, trying to solve crimes and things.
Do crime.
Yes.
Solve crimes.
He has told me a little bit, but said it was a bit intense, so left out a lot of the details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably
it's probably
best.
best that way.
I'm Sidon. Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry. Pause.
Sidon's a wandering warrior. Ha!
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Castell.
He's like nodding and like saying, I'm just not gonna say hi to everyone.
I'm gonna prestidigitate name badges.
Yeah. Hello, my name is.
Yeah.
Maeve Nightshade.
Full government name.
Pleasure to meet you. Cassian, Bryn, and actually, don't know if Victoria would have to introduce herself, but yeah, they all introduce themselves and whatever.
We've missed one.
Concrete
two,
slab.
in fact. We missed two. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I introduced myself when I knocked on the door.
Oh, you might have.
I think he might have actually. Yeah.
Everyone gets name badges, it's fine. And an interesting fact that Archeron decides to reveal about everybody.
Uh-huh.
Hello, my name's Slab, and I
love grilled cheese.
I love grilled cheese. Hello, my name's Drac, and you know I have a sword in my arm. Hello, my name's Sidon. I like street corner mystery meat.
Hello, my name's Sidon and I'm a dick.
Hello, my name's Maeve and I like smutty books.
Maeve and Cassie have the exact same one. Hello, my name's Cassie and I was a vampire.
It's that Spider-Man meme with two people pointing at each other.
Hello, my name's Bryn. I've been pissed for 4 days straight.
Bryn looks down. I'm not.
For good reason.
I'm not drunk. Okay, it's fine. Right,
it's just an icebreaker. Just an icebreaker. It's fine. And Archer's like, "Hello, I'm Archer," and I'm like, he really struggles to think of an interesting fact about himself.
I have a man in my book.
Crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
I am Archer. I have glasses.
Me from leaving the house. Yeah.
I haven't left my house in 5 months.
But you guys talk a little bit, and over the conversation, Thomas does say a few things. And he mentions that he is like a novice herbalist, and it's always like he loved plants and things like that. He's a big what's the word? He's a very fun guy.
He's got green thumbs.
We've
already established he's not green.
He pays a lot of money to like the gardens when he can, things like that. He also the dog is very well trained and like he does tricks with Coco. She's very cute.
How does Sen react to the dog?
Sen doesn't react to the dog, but the dog reacts to Sen. And sniffs at Sen, but Sen doesn't really have a smell.
Yeah.
So the dog's just very confused. But like if you guys leave them alone for like a little bit of time, they eventually start like playing a little bit.
Aww.
But yeah, so the conversation continues. The smell of food is like permeating the space. You see Thomas begins to like set up some food, and it's like a slightly uncomfortable amount of time without the person that brings all the glue together being the captain, to the point where you can see that like not Jordan, sorry, Thomas gets like a little bit like nervous and is like worried like tapping his leg, like where is he? It's like probably about 8:15 at this point. It's been like an hour and like it's been
damn.
yeah, it's been a while.
I will offer to is that late? If you'd like, seeing the nervousness, if you'd like, I will. I can reach out to Jordan. You can call him Jordan, and just, if you'd like to see, make sure everything's okay. See if he's been delayed for how long.
I mean, if you could, I don't. It's not necessary. But
it's fine. I hopefully don't need to do anything else today. Yes, I'm going to cast Sending with my 4th level spell slot again. I'm going to send a message to Jordan. Yo, bitch, where you at? Hit me at holler back, girl. XOXO.
You wait a second and then hear Jordan's voice say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Time got away from me. I'll be 10, 15 minutes, I think."
I can't respond to that. I have no spells left. Okay, he's unfortunately lost track of the time. He'll be 10, 15 minutes.
And here we were rushing about.
Yes, we were sat in the gardens. We were having a lovely time. It's fine, don't worry. I especially like that trick you did where Coco walked on their forelegs. That was incredible. How did you teach him to do that?
What?
When he was walking, like doing the doggy handstand, how did you teach him to do that?
Well, I have a lot of time on my hands. And
so you don't,
and a lot of treats.
So you're like a house husband? Is that the word?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I do a little bit of business. I sell some of the herbs that I make, but nothing.
Which
too much.
Which herbs?
Are you
Cannabis.
No, I'm not a drug dealer.
Because that's a risky profession when your husband's a god.
Yeah.
But I'm not a drug dealer.
It would be okay if you were.
He didn't say he sells weed.
I'm not
cool.
I'm not a drug. I just sell some of the spices that I make.
Says that Archibald says we're cool, and then he pulls like a 90s like hip hop pose, and he's got like a side ponytail.
He says we're cool. Pulls out the dagger.
It's that fucking Steve Buscemi meme when he's got the hat and the
Hello, fellas.
He's like, hello, fellas.
Did he by any chance claim that he was a reasonable person and then pull out another crossbow?
Yeah.
So I could be a very unreasonable person because all I've got is 1 second level spell slot. There's very little I can do.
None of us have actually asked what the laws are on drugs. For all we know, it's allowed.
Cannabis can be legal, yeah. But I mean, tell us more about your herbalisms.
Herbalism.
Well, it is just a hobby. But
autisms.
but I do some. I grow plants in the other room. Occasionally, I would sell them. You know, some of them have medicinal properties. You know, some of them could be just used for teas or for cooking. Nothing too fancy. Just
Well,
just help out where I can.
When I was traveling recently with my friends, I came across a very unusual plant called the Vermilion Flame Tongue. Have you heard of it?
I don't have a character for this guy, but I will. Roll a d20. Nope.
Okay. Well, fascinating plant. Very, very temperamental though. So it grows in the Vermilion moorlands near Crown-Top, which is where we say all, most of us met for the first time. And we were out adventuring, I suppose you'd say. And a friend of ours, a gentleman called Master Orion, had asked us to find a particular plant. And I noticed I spent time examining this plant, and there was all these arcane runes running through the plant itself, which was fascinating. And I thought if I could tap into the potential of the plant, that I would be able to unlock some power within. I was wrong, and I don't know if my eyebrows have properly grown back since then. But it's very interesting, very interesting. But so, what got you into herbalism?
Well, I've just always been, somewhat interested in plants and such, and it was just sort of a hobby that I just enjoyed doing. I enjoy, caring for plants and for animals. So I just thought that I would take up on it while
This is a weird question because I know you live in the desert, but have you and your husband thought about moving to a greener land and maybe starting a farm? Something to put your herbalism skills to the test.
We did think about going to Port Ophenian a little bit ago, but difficult, and since he has such an important job here, it would be complicated. But maybe at some point, if it's possible.
I said that Archer's like, you know that meme of Stewie Griffin when he turns his head like horizontal, pretty much, like from horizontal to vertical. It's like I like plants, so of course I must want to start a farm. There's no middle ground. No second gear.
But just continue just to say before John gets it. Part of it is also because I enjoy the challenge of trying to grow certain plants in the desert. I think it's an interesting challenge, I guess. And it's a lot of fun to see if you can, figure out what something needs without being able to, converse with it properly.
Whilst we're talking, are the windows open?
There's like a window open near the kitchen area to Yeah,
I'm going to send both Porridge and the book outside to...
Sorry, you're barred.
Just to stretch his wings and just to have a look round. The book specifically, I'm going to bring like above the house and just have it like patrolling the house to make sure that, there's no one going to be sneaking in.
Yeah, okay. Nothing really to that. The only thing that your book does say is after about 5 more minutes after the conversation, you see the book says Captain Jordan start walking up, and you all hear after a moment the front door unlock as the captain comes in. You see the dog runs up to greet him. See, wipes his feet and comes in looking pretty tired.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
He just says, "I'm sorry for the wait. It's just been a bit of a busy day."
I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking for everyone, but if we're imposing, we can always head off, and we can do this another day.
You see the captain's about to say no, and Tom says, "No, please, I want to meet you.
I worked too hard for this."
Yeah. So daggers at you. No. So you all gather around the table, and after a little bit more chatting and conversing, you see Thomas brings out some plates of prepared garlic butter rice with seasoned lamb and a side of salad for everyone.
And I'm fucking hungry. God damn it.
And says, "Well, please enjoy. I've worked
long grain or sticky rice."
Long grain.
Yeah.
What's garlic butter? You can't have sticky garlic butter rice. That'd be awful.
Sticky garlic butter rice.
Yeah,
and he says, "Please do enjoy." And we will end the session.